This ain't Disney, this that crib dream. Witches fly where the shadows scream. Say goodbye to the light you found. You're now a ghost in Halloween Town. Welcome to Halloween Town, where the dead don't sleep. Witches in the shadows and the curses run deep. You can trick, you can treat, but you won't get out. Once you cross that line, there's no turning around. It's Halloween Town, where the monsters reign. Jack-o'-lantern grins hiding centuries of pain. So light that flame and spin that crown. You belong to the night in Halloween Town.
Found a mask in a thrift shop, stitched in skin, put it on, took a hit, now the world's gone dim. Pumpkin glow through the mirror, then I slipped through the glass. Woke up face down in the graveyard of ash. Gargoyles perched on a bloodstained steeple. Benny driving by with a hearse full of people. Mayor got a grin, but his eyes ain't blinking. Offers me side, I know it's laced with something wicked. This ain't no kid flick, this is cursed dimension, where the spells hit harder than divine intervention. I see Marty on a throne made of bones and flame. So welcome home, Juggalo, I say your name.
Welcome to Halloween Town, where the dead don't sleep. Witches in the shadows and the curses run deep. You can trick, you can treat, but you won't get out. Once you cross that line, there's no turning around. It's Halloween Town, where the monsters reign. Jack-o'-lantern grins hiding centuries of pain. So light that flame and spin that crown. You belong to the night in Halloween Town.
Marty ain't sweet, she a death-born witch. Summoned up the ghosts of 1,000 snitched. Cromwell bloodline turned cold with rage, turned kids to wolves and lock souls in a cage. They say the town's alive, streets pulse and moan. Storefronts bleed and the clocks throw bones. I tried to run, but the sky went red. Heard my own name whispered by the living dead. Calabar's back as a cloud of smoke, whispering hexes while I nearly choked. But I spit one verse and broke that seal. Now the magic in my chest feel hella real.
One by one they all fall down. A jester laughs in Halloween Town. Flesh turns wax and teeth turn black. If you hear that chant, you can't come back.
The cauldron boiled, my fate was set, but I flipped the curse. Now they call me a threat, tore down the manor with bars like fire. Now I wear that pumpkin crown, climbing higher. Skeletons dance when I snap my hands, I rewrote the script. Now I rule these lands, not trapped, I adapted, became the dark. Now the witches whisper when I walk through the park. Halloween ain't once a year, nah, it's a state. And I open the gate with a jug of fate. If you knock on the door, best come with sound, cause the party don't stop in Halloween Town.
Welcome to Halloween Town, where the dead don't sleep. Witches in the shadows and the curses run deep. You can trick, you can treat, but you won't get out. Once you cross that line, there's no turning around. It's Halloween Town, where the monsters reign. Jack-o'-lantern grins hiding centuries of pain. So light that flame and spin that crown. You belong to the night in Halloween Town.
Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Hustler and Muscular, also known as H&M, dropping my gems, stomping harder than a pair of gems. How is everybody doing out there tonight? How's it? Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's doing well. I know I'm doing good. I know I'm feeling good to finally put on another interesting show for you guys. Yes. So for those of y'all coming in, information to my Cash App And there's the information to my Instagram. So if y'all want to follow me on there, please be sure to do so you can keep up with when I'm going live or when my shows are going to be. And I'll try to get them out to as many people as I possibly can. Come on, help your brother out. You guys are my inspirations for putting out such entertaining content. And you don't necessarily have to, but a cash app here and there would definitely be appreciated. Now then, I just got one request for everybody out there. Please do this for me as you're coming in.
Like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
Please make sure you do that for me as you're coming in. Now, I got one question for everybody out there.
The question is, are you ready?
And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
All right, let's get ready to rumble. And like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and show your boy love on Instagram as well. All right, now let's get into today's show. Let's talk about this. Do men need women, or do y'all think women need men? Let's talk about this. Do men need women, or do women need men? So who needs who more? Do women need men more, or do men need women more? Let's talk about that, shall we? Because in my humble opinion, I've always believed that men and women need each other, but they need each other for different reasons. Think about this. What do women need men for? They need them for, they need them for physical labor. They need them for financial security. They need them for provision. They need them for protection. Now, as much as a woman can definitely provide on her own and for herself, at the end of the day, she can't, with this economy the way it's been for the last decade plus, she honestly can't do it on her own. A lot of us can't do it on our own. So she may need a man to offer her little financial assistance if need be, and plus there's physical labor. I mean, a woman cannot fix a bookshelf by herself or move heavy furniture by herself. That's where men come in. So women are going to need men for those kinds of things. And when you think about it, I think women have a long list of things that they would need men for, then men would have a long list of things that they would need women for. What do we as men need women for? Companionship, sexual gratification, and maybe some financial support. That's about it. Not assistance, more so support. You see, financial support is when a woman just simply gets in where she fits in. You know, if she's willing to pay for this, that, and the third or whatever, then she's got it. The man takes care of the major bills while she takes care of the minimalistic. And she just throws in her little money that she has stashed away if need be. Like if he's falling short or whatever, she can go into a little secret stash and offer that man some financial support. She's basically getting in where she's fitting in. Instead of her just having to pay all the bills herself. Now, financial assistance, on the other hand, that's kind of like a 50-50 deal. You know, the man pays his bill, the woman pays her bill. So they kind of split as far as who's going to do what. And I think, well, me personally, I prefer financial support over financial assistance. I mean, I like a woman that's going to get in where she fit in. I don't need a female taking care of me or anything. All thing I need for a woman is peace of mind, sexual gratification, and companionship. That's it. Shout out to Cole, unpredictable, always at her pentacle. Cynical one, answer that question. Do you think women need men more, or do you think men need women more, or women need men more? Who do you think needs who more? Share your thoughts in the chat, Cynical One, if you would be so kind, if you're still back there listening in. Hell, anybody can share their thoughts on this. But again, women and men need each other. I heard a woman on another panel that the panelists asked, who do you think is going to suffer more if women disappear? Who do you think is going to suffer more, men or women? The woman said, yeah, men are going to suffer more without women because men need sex. If it was an all-man world, men would suffer because they need sex. While it is true that we need sex, but hell, men, for the most part, tend to be more cooperative. They tend to be a bit more logical for the most part. I'm not saying all of y'all. I'm saying for the most part. While women, on the other hand, while they are cooperative in their own right, they tend to be a little more gossipy and a little more catty compared to most men out there. Just saying. I mean, I read a story about a company that was funded by nothing but women, built and made by nothing but women, and it fell apart because the women just couldn't work together on par with what men can do. So yes, men do need sex from women. Don't get me wrong, but the women ain't giving it up. We'll find somewhere to just get over it and work around it. We don't need sex for our own personal survivor. Because remember, for men, sex is just a physical release, physical gratification. That's all it really is. Unlike women who see it as more of an emotional attachment, we see it nothing but just a physical release. A man can masturbate and get that off. So to say men are going to suffer because without women they can't get sex, well, hell, they're not going to just die out as a species just because they're not getting sex from a woman. We're not going to just die out. The birth rate may more or less decline, but we're not going to just die out because a female's not giving us sexual gratification. Just saying. Women may not die out if they're not getting piped down by a man, but they can't do manual labor all by themselves. So it begs the question, who needs who more? Do women need men more or do men need women more? I'm always open to hearing thoughts and opinions on the whole thing. I wholeheartedly believe we all need each other, but for different reasons. As a man, I don't need a female for no financial assistance. I may need her for support, but I don't need a woman to pay for me to do this, pay for me to do that. I'd rather do that shit all by my goddamn self. If anything, she can just get in where she fit in. Now, I know there are some men out there that rely on women for finances. I say, nigga, grow your ass up and get your own shit together. You got to rely on your woman to pay for every goddamn thing, brother. Something wrong with you. Now, you proud of that, but now you like that position, whatever do you, but it's not a proud position to be in. Just like it's not fair for a woman to have to pay for a man and step into a masculine role. You shouldn't need a woman for financial assistance like that, to pay all your bills, pay for you to do this. You should do that on your own goddamn merits because that's what men are generally supposed to do. That's why me personally, I couldn't see myself asking no female for no financial assistance like that. I don't need a woman for that. I just need access to you sexually. I just need my dick satisfied on a regular basis and I'm golden. That's all I really need from my woman. Just sexual gratification and I'm golden. That's it. Oh, shout out to LA Project, never out of pocket, taking more shots than the Houston Rockets. Yeah, salute to you, my lady. Thank you for stopping by. If you want to chime in on this topic, let me know what you think. Do you think women need men more or do you think women need men more? I'm open to hear your thoughts on this, LA Cynical One. If you're still back there, I know you're shy, don't say much, but hey, please help help a brother out here. You're my top tier supporter for a reason, my lady. So please feel free to chime in. If you'll be so kind, that is. Yeah, I'm always open to hearing thoughts and opinions on this because it's a rather controversial topic. Who needs who more? Women want to claim that they're so goddamn independent and shit like this. Does that mean men are expendable? Yeah, who needs who more? That's what I'm saying, LA. Who needs who more? As a woman, do you feel like a man may need you more than you'll ever need him or vice versa? Let's talk about this. She said yin to yang, it needs to be equal. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Women and men need each other, but for different fucking reasons. Y'all may need men not only for sexual gratification, aka access to some pee-pee, but y'all need us for manual labor and financial stability as well as protection. Because let's face it, all of y'all ladies out here are not Layla Ali or what's his name, Ronda Rousey. Y'all can't fight every battle by yourselves, physically or mentally. Y'all need a man to help you out here. He said, I definitely think a man needs me, but I need him too. Absolutely. There you go. That's what I'm saying. We need each other. That's my humble opinion. I'm standing on that business. I'm standing on that. Because again, the only thing I need from my woman at this point, aside from financial support, is basically just sexual access, peace of mind, and emotional support. I need someone to come home and talk to every day. I need someone I can hug up with, cuddle up with, grind on, give access to this pee-pee to while we grow old together. That's all I really need. Companionship and sexual gratification. I think women need more from men. Besides sexual gratification, they need financial support, they need protection, they need provision, they need the whole goddamn nine. So different reasons, but at the end of the day, we all need each other. But yeah, I'm going to drop the link in a little bit. But first, I want to share this video with you guys. Again, shout out to Raul from Please Act Right. He says, men are living alone and loving it. It says, men are living alone and loving it. Modern women are in trouble. Okay, let's see what this video has to say. But first, let me put the link in the back so people can come up and give their 2 cents on this whole thing. Let me know what y'all think, either in the comments or come on up and talk to your boy. I'm open to hearing this. Do women need men more or do women need men more? But let's hear what Raul from Please Act Right has to say. Okay, let's continue. Fair use.
There is a rise of single lonely men.
The future is looking very doomy and gloomy, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Now, we just had a dope discussion highlighting how a lot of the older men are opting out of dating and choosing to be single. But what about the young men out here?
Good question, and I have the answer.
That is a very good question. I mean, the older men are probably set in their ways, probably been married, had their children. So what they got to lose in comparison to the younger men who are still young and still need to go out there and explore. But let's see what they have to say. Fair use.
Not only do I have the answer, I have the proof. Videos of young men living alone and loving it. But before we get to the video, hey, this is Raul of Please Act Right. For getting my Please Act Right channel to 100,000 subscribers. I want to thank all the new subscribers to my. I wish I could shout you all out, but a long journey that you are. Thank you.
Shout out to Raul from Please Act Right. Yeah, keep on going.
There is a rise of single lonely men.
Oh, really? So let's see what the single men who live alone have to say about it.
She said there's a rise of lonely single men. Is that true or not? Okay, before I continue, anybody in the chat, LA Cynical, do y'all think there's a rise in single lonely men? And if so, let me know what you think. You think there's an epidemic of single lonely men? I'm going to say single men, yes, but are they lonely as they say we are? All right, let's continue.
Is there anything better than doing absolutely nothing at all on a Friday night? And this is great. Like, I've been smiling the whole time. Like, this will legitimately go down as probably the single-handed best night of my entire life.
I don't know if you guys know this. There's like a male loneliness epidemic.
Some people don't understand that sitting in your own house, in peace, eating snacks, and minding your own business.
Oh, look, he's playing Spider-Man. I love that. I love all the games, most, especially the one that came out some years ago. Yeah.
It's priceless.
Men are struggling more than ever now. There is a male loneliness epidemic.
Hey, you want to know the best?
She said they're struggling more than ever. Is that true or not? Are men really struggling out there with their loneliness? Because based on what I've seen so far, these men seem happy. But then again, it could all be a facade. But I'm open to hearing opinions about this whole thing. But let's continue. Fair use.
It's part of living alone. It's your own space, your own place, and your own peace. But God is top tier.
Some guys are destined to grow old.
It says 7 behaviors of men who are destined to grow old, lonely, and isolated, according to psychology. Okay.
Lonely and isolated.
So I'm often asked, why and how am I always pretty much by myself? And for me, it's always the same answer because it's simple. It's because I like to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Hey, it makes sense to me. I mean, the reason why men are just being single because they want to be able to make their own decisions and do their own thing. And I know some knucklehead out there is probably thinking, well, these men may seem happy, but on the inside, on the outside, they may seem happy on the outside, but on the inside, they're crying. They want a woman. They want sexual gratification. They're looking to pipe down a beautiful woman. They're just projecting. Some of y'all might be thinking that, but who knows? We don't know everybody's situation, but we all know one thing. It's not all the same. Every man ain't out there crying over not being able to get access to some pussy. Just like every female ain't out there crying over not being able to have access to some dick. But then again, women can just go on social media and have a bunch of men hitting them up wanting to fuck anyway. Men don't have that luxury. A lot of us don't have that luxury. So who knows what the situation could be with these young men. But let's continue. Fair use.
There is a male loneliness epidemic.
Without having to really compromise too much, to be completely honest.
You know what? I really get why there's a male loneliness epidemic.
I just prefer to be by myself.
You keep hearing about male loneliness.
Reaching out across my couch.
Wow.
Men feeling isolated.
Feel the blanket on
He looks happy to me. Shit.
my skin.
Men are depressed.
I don't know why.
You call that depression? I don't know about all that. That ain't no god. That don't sound like nobody that's depressed. But then again, who knows? Who the fuck knows? Anybody want to come up? Feel free to do so. All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Would ever want this feeling to win.
Men are saying women don't want them anymore.
So I say, what? Am I finna watch on Netflix? What are we watching today?
There is no male loneliness epidemic. It is a loser epidemic.
Man. She said it's a loser epidemic. I'm calling cap. Double C-A-P. Cap. How is it a loser epidemic if these men are happy being alone? And just because they're alone doesn't mean that they're lonely. For all you know, maybe these men do go out. Maybe they do have friends that they like to go out and kick it with. Just because they're at home by themselves, I mean, they spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week indoors and don't do shit but just go to work. No, we got to get that shit out of our heads. We don't know what these people are doing. Maybe this man does have an active social life and he just currently not in a relationship with anybody. We don't know for sure. I hope these men are going out here touching grass, as people like to say it, but fair use.
Hey, if you ain't never experienced this type of peace yet, please do try it.
The crazy thing about the whole male loneliness epidemic,
It ain't nothing like coming home to just peace and quiet.
I don't know why more people aren't talking about this, but there is an epidemic of lonely men in the U.S.
Making you some little food, cutting all the lights off, and just.
Do these men look and feel lonely? These men seem like they're lonely. I don't look like it to me.
Seeing that big screen TV in the living room, and you just chilling, just peace, watching your shows. Ain't nobody there bothering you or nothing.
Yeah, these men look real lonely. Here's the thing.
Yeah, these men look real lonely. So it begs the question: do these men seem like they need women in their lives just to feel good and fulfilled about themselves? Do these men in these videos feel like they need a woman? Do they feel like they're suffering from depression and desperation and an urge to just have a woman in their lives? Don't look like it to me, but who knows? I might be wrong. I'm open to hearing opinions, but okay, fair use.
I can't find one video of a man saying that he's lonely and looking for a woman. However, I can find plenty of women who are looking for men.
At every singles event.
Let's roll it.
It's all women.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up.
It's hard to get men to sign up. I wonder why.
No shit.
Let's hear that again, shall we?
I can't find one video of a man saying that he's lonely and looking for a woman. However, I can find plenty of women who are looking for men.
At every singles event, it's all women.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I don't want to do them anymore because it's so hard to get men to sign up.
No fucking shit.
Better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so fucking sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a boob, buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
Why is it that the finest guys in the world, and also single, never leave the house?
Is it that the finest guys in the world, and also single, never leave the house? Just
Okay, that sounds like an exaggeration. I'm not gonna say that they literally never leave the house. They got to go to work. They got to go wherever. So to say that they just never leave the house, I don't know about all that. Maybe they're just not approaching you ladies for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe they're just not approaching you. Who knows? To say that they just don't leave the house, that sounds a bit far-fetched in my opinion, but okay. Let's continue. Fair use.
Got my cappuccino. We with Jayla. And y'all, she want to know, like, actually, we want to know.
Incoming response for black men. Even baddies are desperate. Not even gorgeous women can find men. Is it that bad out here? Goddamn.
Men, where do you guys hang out? Where do you go?
So over the weekend, I went to a singles mixer. Girls, women, ladies. The only requirement that I had was the man be tall. Because I live in Texas, and for whatever reason, Texas is...
The only requirements that you have is for him to be tall. So if he's 5'9", 5'10", is that tall enough for you to find? I know what tall looks like, but depending on what your height is, if you're 5'2", then the guy that's 5'7", 5'6", 5'7", 5'8", or 5'9" is tall enough for you, right? And second of all, why does he have to be tall? Don't you have other requirements? What about character? What about ambition? What about how good he can treat a lady? Doesn't any of that shit count for something? So what the fuck are we talking about here? Let's continue. Fair use.
Not pumping out a lot of tall men, right?
And so I guess the short men don't mean shit to you based on what you're saying. Oh boy.
What if all those tall men have a preference that your dental hygiene needs to be up to par?
Oh my God. Well, that's a good point.
Oh my God.
That's a very good point too. You have your preferences, but can you respect another man's preferences? What if you don't meet his preferences? Then what? But fair use.
So that was my only requirement. I get into the mixer. To my surprise, there was no men in there. Not a one. Not even a waiter. It was all of us.
Not even a waiter. Goddamn.
Ladies.
Notice every time they're all beautiful ladies
having the same conversation. Where are the men? Y'all told us that we was never going to be able to be in a relationship or find anybody to communicate with if we always stay in the house. So we decided, all 75 of us, to come out the house. And where were y'all? Where are y'all ever at?
Well, first of all, we be in our houses. Secondly, the men telling you to come outside was years ago after the pandemic ended. But soon thereafter, you all started with the strong and independent and I don't need a man for nothing movement. So we stopped asking y'all to come outside.
Yeah, that's a good point. Some say COVID-19 really fucked everything up, and perhaps it did. Perhaps it did. Oh, come on, man. Not this again. Perhaps it really did. Yeah. And if few of y'all that do come outside, y'all don't have much of anything to offer. And if you do have something to offer, prove me wrong then. Prove me wrong. I mean, this woman's standard was he has to be tall. So if he's not a tall man, you're not interested. Now she had to say he got to be taller than me, then that would make more sense. Because if she's I don't know how tall she is, but if she's 5'2", 5'3", then a man that's 5'6" and taller might just fit her bill height wise. But she said he just had to be tall. So I'm guessing 6 feet and up. 5'10", 5'11", 6 feet and up. With that kind of broad requirement, how you expect to find a man, even if you do go outside and see some men, they don't meet the height requirement. then they don't qualify. So that limits your choices right there. Just saying. Fair use.
Guess you didn't get that memo, huh?
Because obviously we be going to the wrong places, right? Y'all, where?
Nice.
Y'all not at the supermarket like y'all said y'all was.
I go to the supermarket all the time to do my shopping, so I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I see plenty of people, women and men, at the supermarkets. I don't know what she's talking about. What did that say?
Y'all not at the supermarket like y'all said y'all was.
How to live by yourself making $15, $20 an hour. Okay. Don't eat. He said, don't eat out and eat foods like rice, oatmeal, PB&J sandwiches, and spaghetti. Oh, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and spaghetti. Okay. I love me some spaghetti and I love me some fish, but that's cool. And since this man is cooking, I guess it's safe to say he has food in the house. It's safe to say he does go to the supermarket. So what is she talking about? All right, fair use. And he's saving his money by buying what he needs. Okay.
Y'all not at the hardware store like you told us you would be.
I see a lot of men at the hardware store. So what the fuck are you talking about? I go to Home Depot to buy shit sometimes. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I'm starting to reach to understand that maybe the men she finds attractive don't go to these places. Maybe they go to these places, but they're not the men she's entirely interested in. Just saying, but fair use.
Y'all not in church.
What are you talking about? I go to church, but again, it's not the men you want, or the men that are, or these men just not shooting their shots at you. And yes, from the looks of it, these men are staying home and living it up somehow, some way. But for her to say that these men don't go out at all, that's bullshit. I go outside my house all the time and I see plenty of people out here. Would have made more sense if she had just said nobody that she's entirely interested in. Just saying, but fair use. Nice shot.
Y'all not at the cigar bar.
Be able to make money on the side. Uber, DoorDash, social media, cut hair, sell something. Maybe men, it's possible to not go into these places because they want to save money. And for the record, I don't really care for cigar bars, but there do be people over there. Just saying, fair use.
Y'all, like, where are y'all?
At home, living it up. Yeah. Make sure your rent is $1,000 or less, or look for income-based housing.
Let us know so that we can meet y'all where y'all are. Because obviously we are in the wrong place.
Almost 30 with no wife and kids. Are these men really happy, or are they just projecting? What do y'all think?
And y'all definitely don't be going to no singles mixers. So
why the fuck? Now that's one place that I'm hearing a lot of men don't go to those things either. We see no real purpose in going to singles event. If we're just going to meet a bunch of older women who are old, set in their ways, and just looking for fun and not actual relationships. So that stuff has become pointless over time. Yeah, just saying. Fair use.
So what's happening, y'all?
They'd rather be at home.
Please explain to us ladies who went outside this weekend only to find no men. I'm just saying.
So if this is a lonely man's epidemic, why am I seeing countless women making videos asking for men and where the men are?
That's a good question. So it begs the question, who's really affected by not having a partner? Who's really bothered by not having men around? Looks to me like the women, based on these videos right here, are more bothered by this than the men are. The men seem okay being by themselves, occupying their time. But the ladies are the ones up here making videos talking about where have all the good men gone. I haven't heard a man once in this reaction say, I'm looking, where have all the good women gone? Where have all, I can't find me a good woman. I need to get my dick sucked. I don't hear that coming from men. Now, one video has shown a man feeling this kind of way. So who's really affected by this? Just saying, just asking. Fair use.
But the men, on the other hand, are saying that they are enjoying being alone. Oh, and remember when women said that men can't do anything for themselves?
Do women need men?
Do women need men? No, we don't need
Do you know, really?
y'all. What do I need a man for? To do what?
Need men.
Do women need men? No, we don't need y'all. What do I need a man for? To do what?
I don't know. Provision, protection, financial security, shit like that. Give you dick whenever you want it. I don't know, shit like that. So no, I don't believe that for a second. I'm calling cap.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
Double the cap.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
Okay, for some reason I can't even move my videos down. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back.
C-A-P. Cap.
Always claiming they don't need a man until they need a man.
So like, I live alone, and so I was making this, and I felt good because like, I thought I did it. I was like, oh, she don't need no man, she's independent. But I messed up on it, and like, why is it wobbly?
Okay, I'm back. Let's continue.
I have to fix it.
Okay.
I need a man.
And when they do admit that they need a man, it's always about them wanting free manual labor.
Absolutely, that's a good point. Women don't need men until they need some manual labor done, whether it's fixing their moving their furniture, you know, helping put something together, or carry some things to and from the car, or whatever the fuck. Anything that requires heavy lifting, that's when they need a man. Because you know a woman can't do that all by herself. And me personally, I don't like the idea of a woman lifting heavy things all by herself. As a gym rat, I live for lifting heavy things. It keeps me motivated. It keeps my mind fresh. But let's continue. Fair use.
From a man.
What happened to the guys that's gonna build you a house, build you a car,
Build you a house and build you a car.
build your furniture, mow my grass?
Ladies, let me be the first one to tell y'all, I be lying when I say I don't need a man for nothing, y'all.
Well, at least she's honest about it.
Well, no fucking shit.
Mow my grass.
Ladies, let me be the first one to tell y'all, I be lying when I say I don't need a man for nothing, y'all.
Well, no fucking shit.
Y'all see all this ice I gotta like tiptoe on? Like, this is a mess. Me?
It'd be nice if you had a man that could ice your sidewalk and shovel your snow and dust off your car, now would it? So now begs the question, who needs who more? She clearly needs a man for this. But fair use.
Oh, baby, I can just go back in the house and start over when it melts. This is crazy.
I live.
Why can't you just dust your own car off with your lazy ass? Come on. I see women dusting their cars off all the time. Yes, they have a man around to assist them, but come on. Just get yourself a little snow duster or whatever the fuck and just dust it off. You can at least do that while the man shuffles the driveway, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, fair use.
On the penthouse floor of my building, right? And every time I go
Samantha Lee.
grocery shopping, I really think I'm going for like 3-4 things, but then really come out with like 20. And it isn't until I get to my garage
Wait for it.
and I buy all of this stuff, and I'm like, damn, I need a nigga. 'Cause taking this up fucking shit upstairs by myself.
Told you, they just want free manual labor from a man.
So that's something to watch out for. Talking about they don't need a man for this, that, and the third. But when it comes to manual labor, whether it's lifting things or carrying things, now they want a fucking man around. But fair use.
I be like, y'all, I need a man. Like, it's times like this, I be like, semi, like I'm really in my soft girl era, and I just want to settle down.
Talking about some soft girl era. Cap. I'm calling cap. Double the cap.
That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
Let's continue.
Because this is ghetto. Like, I'm so tired of taking the groceries up by myself. Like, can we just call somebody? Please. Like,
Since when did it become ghetto to buy groceries and take them back to your place?
Absolutely. Maybe she means ghetto as in ridiculous and out of whack. I don't know. But this is what they signed on for. These particular women anyway. Fair use.
Here's a suggestion. Other than getting a man to do your free manual labor, how about you only buy what you can carry?
Makes sense to me. You're living by yourself. You have no friends or family to help you. May as well just get as less groceries as possible. But fair use.
Problem solved.
Reason number 3 on why I need a man.
Why she needs a man. Oh, this ought to be good.
So I see a lot of y'all in my comments talking about how I shouldn't have went to Walmart. Baby, y'all should have told me that way before, because now
Wait for it.
my car is leaking oil. So who supposed to fix this? Because I ain't got no man to do it.
Yep, you need a man. This is what you need a man for. I've seen videos of women who can't even pump their own goddamn gases without doing something wrong, or change a flat tire without doing something wrong. Shit. So this is what the fuck y'all need men for. So while y'all looking at us as being expendable or whatever, you come to the realization that yes, men has their usage, but only for manual labor. Come on, we're human beings. We want more than just that. What if the man is attracted to you? What if he thinks you're a nice person? He wants to do more than just help you out with manual labor. The same way women don't like being used just for sex. We don't like being used just for our limbs. We got a pair of arms and hands we can use to lift shit up, and we have a need to build things. We don't like being exploited just for those things. So at the end of the day, I guess men and women need each other, but it seems like these women need men more so, especially when it comes to manual labor. I'm always open to hearing other opinions. What you think? Let's continue. Fair use.
Get back to the shop where they changed your oil. They broke it. They got to fix it.
Right.
You're welcome.
So I know it's women out there that be like, yeah, I don't need a man, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to front. I actually do need a man, and I'm realizing this day and day. Because I just went to the market that I usually don't go to.
Now listen to this nonsense.
I didn't know where nothing was at. But guess who does go to the market for me all the time? My father. So he would know where everything is at and exactly what I need.
So basically, your father is causing you not to grow up and be a functioning adult.
Exactly. But guess who does go to the market for me all the time? My father.
Then why couldn't he just go with you? Oh, well, never mind.
So he would know where everything is at and exactly what I need.
Okay, so your father does all the shopping for you, or he at least goes to the shopping center with you. That's all well and good, but come on. Your father ain't going to be there to go shopping for you or do everything else for you. You need to wean yourself off of him. And this is probably why a lot of men don't want these daddies, girl, because their fathers pampered them and treat them like princesses, that they've become entitled and can't really function on their own. Come on, you got to let your kids grow up at some point, especially when they're over the age of 18. But let's hear what else she has to say. Fair use.
So basically, your father is causing you not to grow up and be a functioning adult.
I just walked in. Somebody saw I was struggling. They asked me, do I need help? I asked, did they have what I was looking for? They said no. I just walked straight out.
Really?
Like, it's certain things a man just already does in my life that
I guess it's that pride thing.
I'm going to need a man to continue to do.
So let me get this right. You turned on your camera to tell us that your grown behind, who has a driver's license and a car, went to a store where you've never been before. And because you don't know where anything was, you need a man to come and show you where everything is. When you asked the worker if they had what you were there looking for and they told you no, now you're so lost that you need a man to help you. Question, fellas. Does this sound like wifey material?
So can I tell y'all why I want a man? And I only feel comfortable telling y'all this because lately TikTok has been my therapy. And I told myself I'm going to open up more.
Oh, here we go.
I don't want a man. I need a man.
If a woman ever says she doesn't want a man, but she needs a man, and you were thinking about dating her, run!
Yes, please run.
Well, no fucking shit.
Because, baby, when it comes to this car...
And yet another woman who just wants a man for free manual labor. Are we really surprised?
She doesn't want a man, but she needs a man. I thought it was, I don't need a man, but I want a man. You want me, but you don't need me. Or in this case, you need me, but you don't want me. So in other words, you just need me to do shit for you and make your life easier. Then can just get the hell on. Typical. Fair use.
And one of the cute little fancy lights come on, I be clueless. If it's not the gas light, I don't fucking know.
Well, we're not mechanics, so we don't know either. So
yeah, some of us are not mechanically inclined, so we don't want to fuck up your car. Best to go to a qualified mechanic for that. Just saying.
Take it to the shop and let them figure it out. Oh, and by the way, you pay for it too, because it's your car. By the way, remember
your car, your money, yeah.
When women were complaining that men don't do anything around the house and they're just messy? Take a look at these men in their own houses with no woman around.
5 habits every man should have when living alone.
Habits every man should have when living alone. Not to just survive, but to grow. Just keep your space clean.
Cool. You're 27 with your own house and single. I know it's gonna be lit Friday when you get off. Me, that's what he's doing. At house, he's at home cleaning up. I clean up my house at least once a week. Like on Saturdays, I wake up in the morning and just start fixing up my house, whether it's sweeping the floor, washing the dishes, washing out my shower, whatever the fuck I need to do. That's how I spend my Saturday mornings, unfortunately, as of lately. Or whenever I'm off. Yeah, that's how I spend my off days, taking care of my house. So I ain't mad at the brother, but just continue. Fair use.
Not only are they cleaning, but they're also cooking too. I want you to pay attention to these guys' house.
Yeah, we can cook our own meals. We don't need a woman to cook for us, but if she wants to cook for us, it will be much appreciated. She wants to clean up my house for me, it will be very much appreciated. So yeah, you got a good woman by your side doing all this stuff for you fellas. Hold on to her. She's a good woman at heart and mind. Hold on to her and don't you dare let her go, because the next nigga will do just that. Snatch her up. Just saying, but fair use.
These guys are living in a nice, fancy places and no woman in sight.
I love them custom-made tacos. Maybe I'll have some later before I go to bed. Just saying. And enjoying the football game. I love it. Own your mornings. Yep, there you go.
They're also hitting the gym and working out.
Absolutely. All right, let's continue. Fair use. Do any of these men seem stressed out about being alone? Ladies, gentlemen, those of y'all listening back there, do these ladies feel stressed out living alone? Because don't look that way to me, but I'm open to hearing other opinions on this whole thing. Do y'all think these men are affected by being alone? And who needs who more? But let's continue. All right, fair use. I think I'll go to the gym this weekend too.
And they also go out to eat by themselves in peace and unbothered.
As much as I would rather you go to the restaurants with a woman just so you don't look foolish in front of other people being by yourself, but it is what it is. Maybe some men are okay with that. Some people are okay with that. I'm okay with it too, but I'd rather be with a pretty lady friend. Just saying.
I'm starting to see a lot of the young men that are on the right path even say, I'm done with relationships. I'm done with trying to pursue something solid and secure with a woman. Like, that is so terribly bad.
And a lot of these women are the cause of it because their selfishness is unreal. Me, 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 me. Take a listen.
At this point in my life, I am looking for a man that can come in and make my life easier.
What do you mean, make your life easier? Be more specific.
And by making my life easier, I mean, yeah, I gotta work all day, but when I come home, I got somebody I can chat with and I can laugh with it. And while I'm at work, even though I might be stressed, I'm like, dang, I know when I get off work, they gonna have me a glass of wine waiting, or, you know, we gonna have this conversation, or he gonna call me throughout the day or send me a text message, let me know, hey, baby, I'm thinking about you, you look good. That's making my life easier. That's making me smile. It don't always gotta be a financial thing. You don't always gotta give me money, bring me gifts, although nice.
Wait for it.
Okay, sounds plausible so far, but let's hear what else she has to say.
Although I'm not going to probably turn it down, but I'm just saying the fact that you're there, that you're providing me some type of guidance, you are covering me in some type of way. You know, you helping me to avoid making some pitfalls that women we don't think about sometimes. Let's just be real.
Yeah. Let's
be
real when it comes down to a man providing guidance for a modern woman. Fellas, how many of these women are actually going to follow the guidance that we give them?
Not a lot, unfortunately. Not a lot. All this independent boss chick, I could do better by myself, I don't need a man mindset is really going to keep them from trying to follow a man's lead. That's all there really is to that. They want to be independent so badly, so they're not going to, they're not going to follow a man's lead. So yeah, fair use.
Almost none of them. If you tell them, hey, it's not wise to spend $2,000 on a purse, so we're not doing that, all you're going to get is a bunch of backlash.
You're cheap. You're paranoid. You need to stop whining. Trust me to be financially responsible. Honey, if we're together or married and you spend all that money, we're both going to be financially affected by this nonsense. And besides, what the fuck you need a bag for? Just to show off for your friends? You got a husband at home, so what the fuck do you need to show off for other people for? They're either going to like you or they're not going to like you. Come on, which is it now? Okay, fair use.
Then she'll go on her social media and she'll call you a narcissist and controlling. Young lady, miss me with that I want a man who provides guidance BS.
So
yeah, she wants a man who's going to provide her guidance. I'm calling cap. Double cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
C-A-P. Cap. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
Let's continue. Fair use.
When I say I want you to make my life easier, I want you to just be there. I want you to be loyal. I want you to be kind. I want you to understand that, you know, everything ain't going to be perfect and nobody is perfect, but together, baby, we going to make this thing happen.
The men.
Well, does she sound reasonable to y'all? Anybody back there listening, does that woman sound reasonable? Does she sound like she's authentic in any shape, form, or fashion? Or do y'all think she's just straight up capping? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Do y'all think she just capping? Okay, let's continue. Shout out to Danica Marie. She puts out wonderful content. Like, comment, and subscribe to her. All right, fair use.
Who not too long ago would take a chance on you. They were the ones giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what? Let me try to show you better. Let me try to give you better. And maybe that will help you out to maybe inspire you to change.
And since the pandemic blew up the social media spot, women took to their pages and expressed how much they didn't need a man, telling us that they were
look what social media has done to our society and the minds of the people in it.
Using men for their money, telling us that they were using us for food dates, telling us that they only wanted us for free manual labor, to fix things in their houses and their cars. So as far as this male loneliness epidemic is concerned, I don't see it. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, because I'm sure there are some men out there who are lonely.
Yeah, we're not denying that by a long shot. The thing about us men is we don't openly express our loneliness, whether it be online or offline. We tend to be more stoic. We tend to just deal with it in our own way. I mean, these men in the video are dealing with their loneliness in their own way. I mean, just because you're alone, it doesn't necessarily mean you're lonely. The two are very different. Because I'm pretty sure that there are some people out there thinking that the men in this video are just hiding their loneliness. Even if they are, it's better than you going on social media like these broads are doing, projecting your loneliness online. That's way better than doing that bullshit. Because as men, we tend not to be all that open about whatever fucking problems we're going through. We tend to just keep it to ourselves, deal with it, and move on. So even if they are being lonely and they're just using this as a cover, and they really want a beautiful woman, they want a woman they can give their penises to, they want a woman they can go places with, they're not going to openly express that shit online. Yeah.
But where's the proof? We don't see men making videos crying about how lonely they are and asking whether women are. But
no, we don't. We don't do that kind of shit.
Well, no fucking shit.
the women are on their pages crying about how lonely they are and asking where the men are. Ladies, after watching this video, are you sure it's the men? Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video.
Well, that's the video. What did y'all think about that? Based on what I saw in that man's video, those men did not seem like they were just unhappy being alone. They seemed okay with what they were doing. So it kind of begs the question, are these men really lonely? Or is it just the women that are feeling the effects of the so-called lonely men epidemic? So I guess these women need the men more than the men need the women. I mean, you saw those men clean up their own homes, cooking their own meals, yada, yada, yada. So it's pretty safe to say that they don't need women for that. However, if a woman is around to do that shit for them, it's a bonus. If they're in a relationship, it's considered a bonus, but it's not a necessity for a working class adult that can take care of himself and do right by himself, for himself, and with himself. That's all that really means. But let me know what y'all think about that in the comments below. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to help your boy grow and get me into the algorithm. Please do that for me. Well, since nobody's coming up, what I'm going to do right now is just take a brief stream break. If anybody come on the panel before I get back, sit tight, relax. I'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
There goes the neighborhood. 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 There goes the there goes the neighborhood. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Ring around the rosy, walls full of posy. She had the power for the hour, but she chose me. Wrong way, what you say? Hey, she didn't do it right. Now tonight's tonight, and death is in sight. You just might, cause this life, fright night with a little more bite. I'm kicking back, sitting on my phone. Fire behind me, murder blind me, half pint beside me. My comrade, my homie, with two slinks that'll take and gank anybody for me. I'm the crypt keeper, yeah, the grim reaper. You won't even see me wanna creep up. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. There's no justice, cause justice ain't justice. Life is so precious, I'll be your judge to justice. Busters, a couple of veteranos from the Vietnam War. Really didn't know what they was in store for. Let's just say they ran across a scum lord. He tried to pull a fast one, mentally harass him. But you know me, I had to physically harass him. What happened to him and this girl? Dog, just ask him. They had it coming. Now it's the trip to see that bitch when I blew up her stomach. That shit was funny. Now give me the rent money. You won't be pulling no fast one on my peoples, you motherfucking dummy. So you best to be acting right. Cause I can take you to the afterlife, the necropolis, and I'm the optimist. To fuck up your shit, another tale from the crib. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. What the game won't do for you, what you won't do to be on top. Sell out your own crew. Better yet, treat your homie like he brand new. Let me tell you about this particular fool. Thought he was hard, motherfucker named Saul. But I'ma let him meet God, cause I'm the head nigga in charge. That boy done got too large, now he in trouble. Now it's time to pop his bubble. But before I do, give him a chance, tell him repent. He say fuck that shit, I do it again. Right then, I knew I had to do him in. Put the grenade in his hand, then let him pull a pin. That's cold how he did his friend, for 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, rap is a dirty game. It's getting darker to him, I know you think that I can do it, talking to him. Come on, man, let me walk you through it. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. There goes the neighborhood. 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 There goes the there goes the neighborhood. 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 There goes the there goes the neighborhood. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Ring around the rosy, walls full of posy. She had the power for the hour, but she chose me. Wrong way, what you say? Hey, she didn't do it right. Now tonight's tonight, and death is in sight. You just might, cause this life, fright night with a little more bite. I'm kicking back, sitting on my phone. Fire behind me, murder blind me. Half pint beside me, my comrade, my homie. With two slinks that'll take and gank anybody for me. I'm the crypt keeper, yeah, the grim reaper. You won't even see me wanna creep up. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. There's no justice, cause justice ain't justice. Life is so precious, I'll be your judge to justice. Bust this, a couple of veteranos from the Vietnam War. Really didn't know what they was in store for. Let's just say they ran across a scum lord. He tried to pull a fast one, mentally harass him. But you know me, I had to physically harass him. What happened to him and this girl? Dog, just ask us. They had it coming. Now it's the trip to see that bitch when I blew up her stomach. That shit was funny. Now give me the rent money. You won't be pulling no fast one on my peoples, you motherfucking dummy. So you best to be acting right. Cause I can take you to the afterlife. The necropolis, and I'm the optimist. To fuck up your shit, another tale from the crib. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. What the game won't do for you, what you won't do to be on top. Sell out your own crew. Better yet, treat your homie like he brand new. Let me tell you about this particular fool. Thought he was hard, motherfucker named Saul. But I'ma let him meet God, cause I'm the head nigga in charge. That boy ain't got too large, now he in trouble. Now it's time to pop his bubble. But before I do, give him a chance, tell him repent. He say fuck that shit, I do it again. Right then, I knew I had to do him in. Put the grenade in his hand, then let him pull a pin. That's cold how he did his friend. For 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, rap is a dirty game. It's getting darker to him, I know you think that I can do it. Talking to him, come on man, let me walk you through it. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, abandoned homes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. Welcome to the place where all the creatures meet. The last building on the left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones, holes and domes. It's the hood of horrors, nigga, it's on. There goes the neighborhood. 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 There goes the neighborhood.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry to keep you kind folks waiting. How are all of you doing out there? Now, before I get into my next video, make sure y'all do this for me as you're coming in.
Like, comment, and subscribe, because it's just what the doctor prescribed.
All right. Please make sure you do that for me as you're coming in. Show your boy support. That's the only way he's going to grow and get into the algorithm. All right, let's continue with this topic. For those of y'all just coming in, what do y'all think? Do men need women or do women need men? Who needs who more? I honestly say that we need each other equally, but for different reasons, if that makes any sense. I mean, we just saw a video of a bunch of women complaining about how there are no good men to choose. There are no men out there. They're alone and depressed, yada, yada. They need a man for manual labor and all this kind of shit. But we don't see not one man in those videos complaining about not having a woman around. Because we don't need women for manual labor. We don't need women to give us money. We just need peace of mind, sexual gratification, and companionship. That's all we really need from women. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, we need women for different reasons, but we don't just completely shout them out or anything like that. Like we don't need that they're useless to us. No, we don't do that kind of stuff. No, we don't do that. We need each other at the end of the day. But I have another video I want to react to real quick. Okay, shout out to David Hantman. He said, men don't need women. It's time to wake up. Okay. Let's see what he has to say. And if anybody want to come up, the link is right there. Feel free to hit the link and come chop it up with your boy. Don't be scared. Let's just have a conversation. I'm open to hearing other opinions about this whole thing. But let's continue. All right. Fair use.
And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the self-developed YouTube channel. You beautiful people, come on. Yes, new lighting guys. If you thought the last one was cool, this one's going to be better. Big up LED light. I used to have this. I shot 2 winters ago with a big LED light. If you guys remember, you're the OG subs. I actually gave that to a buddy, so I ordered a new one. This one's even better because I can change the color temperature. Do I have the remote with me? I don't, but I can make it go warm blue ABCD, so it's kind of funky. Anyways, guys, with that said, comment below where you're from, what time is it, hashtag self-developed army, and let's get today's video going. So guys, hopefully you're having an amazing day. Cozy vibes, baby. Winter is coming. Get yourself ready. Self-developed. We about to go deep. Really just saturate, and I'm excited to have you guys as a part of the team. So with that, in today's video, I titled it, or believe I titled it, Men Do Not Need Women. Now you guys know my take on this. I'm all for relationships. I recommend them. They are the backbone to society, guys. A strong mother, father, and then therefore a child. It's what creates and moves mountains. I mean, if you think about it, the reason you and I are here, or the reason we've evolved thus far, is because of that nuclear family. Do not get that mistaken. It's not because men were out banging all these random chicks. And in fact, that is one of the fastest ways to degenerate a society. And you can search all this up, the statistics, fatherless rate, what happens to the child, what happens to the mother, what happens to our society. There's certain demographics where this is highest, and that's the reason crime rate is highest. It has nothing to do with racism or because these people are better or worse. No, it literally comes back to the father. You know, guys, this is such a serious, real thing, and I speak about this, and it's close to my heart because I grew up without a father. My dad died when I was 14 years old, but I stopped talking to him at around 10 years old. Just to fill you guys in, my dad was diagnosed with cancer at 8 years old, and he died when I was 14, but at around 10 years old, I could no longer speak to him, right? He eventually lost his ability to speak, walk, etc., etc. So this topic is very close to home, right? Now, men do not need women. Guys, I still receive so many DMs every day of just simpy, needy men. And look, I get it. I completely understand. Maybe you were raised without a strong masculine leader who is able to direct you and guide you, put that energy, that lust.
Yeah, it was a common fact that men who think like that often don't have fathers in their life. They're probably raised by single mothers. So they have this narrative that they need a woman really, really bad. If I don't have a woman in my life, something's wrong with me. If I don't have a woman in my life, I'm basically an outcast. I'm basically a loser. I'm basically this, that, and the third. I can't elevate myself as an adult without a woman in my life. Well, ladies, do y'all appreciate men using y'all just to elevate y'all? It's bad enough using y'all just for pussy, but do y'all appreciate men using y'all just to kind of as leverage to elevate their lives and ascend to adulthood? Because I know I wouldn't appreciate that not one bit. I mean, we are all humans at the end of the day. So why should men feel like they need to have a woman in their lives just so they can elevate themselves to adulthood? Why should they have kids just so they can elevate themselves to adulthood without knowing the responsibility that comes with that? So we have to be very understanding of those dynamics when it comes to male and female interactions. Men should not need women for ridiculous reasons, just like women shouldn't need men for ridiculous reasons. We all need each other, but they have to be for pure intentions. Now, if you're looking for a fuck buddy, I guess you can do that, but it's not the best. It's not the best way to approach wanting a relationship. There needs to be some sort of mutual respect and friendship and admiration for both partners. You can't just use each other just for one thing and then keep on moving. That's not cool if you're looking for a relationship. But I digress. Fair use.
Into more productive things. In our society, guys, the average man, it is just in shambles. It is completely gone to shit, and it's going to shit. The older I get, guys, and the more I proceed along this path, the more I realize how needed I am and how needed this content is. Men are really hurting out here, man. And I need to make this very clear to you guys. A lot of you, this is actually going to be a preface, another video I'm going to make on why red pill YouTubers are beta. Red pills for betas, right? You guys, the majority of you, and I say this because I was too, you're still doing everything for women. Now, let me get...
Which, by the way, I speak on too. Be the best version of yourself for yourself, not to be doing this for women. I mean, I guess a woman can be the motivation, but she shouldn't be the main reason. Because no matter how successful you are at something or just in life in general, you are not guaranteed to get the woman that you want at the end of the day. Just saying. But fair use.
Get this straight. David, isn't everything we do subconsciously for women? Yes, to an extent. It is to procreate. It's to move forward. But, my friend.
Yeah. Increase your status as a man. That way you can have a chance of getting with a woman. But I always say increase your status as a man for you. Not for a woman, but for you. You do it first. There's no sense you going out your way trying to impress this woman or that woman only to be disappointed because they're either one, not interested in you, or two, they're already seeing somebody else. No, do what you do for your goddamn self first and foremost. I can't stress that enough, but fair use.
There is one other thing that you can put this energy towards.
Oh, yeah, what's
not
that?
Being for women. And that is for God. Now, guys, and excuse if I look a little tired. I'm filming later now because, you know, obviously the days are getting shorter. I need the light, A, B, C, D. Guys, the majority of you, no matter what you do, even though you're doing...
Well, God is important too, just saying.
...on paper, these very noble things, right? David, I'm doing everything you told me. I'm going to the gym, I'm meditating, I'm starting that side business, and that's amazing. But the context is still wrong. You're still doing it out of this needy lack, this validation and approval from women. You know, I need to do this so my future wife can see me right now. You know, I need to build this like it's this very needy, lacking energy. And I have a lot of clients, I have a lot of close friends. By close friends, I mean people on the internet. I actually have no friends. But people I know, and this is still why they're doing everything. It's to fill this void. It's so mommy can see me. That's really what it comes down to, right? Can this girl see?
It's like a child trying to show off for their mommy. Yep. Ties in to get into the man probably having mommy issues of some sort. Fair use.
Can she see that I'm progressing? I have to like prove to her that I'm better, and you know, then she'll want to get back with me. It's all...
Yeah, and to be fair, a lot of men have felt that way. I felt that way at one point. I gotta do all this, otherwise women are not gonna notice me, because we basically burrowed into some men's minds that the reason why they're single is because they're not doing enough for themselves. They're not doing enough to get noticed by the right kind of women. Now, to be fair, if you are attracting females, but they're bottom of the barrel trash females or treasured trash, meaning females who are not necessarily wifey material, but they're not at the same time, they're not hitting quick pump and dump material, it makes the men believe that they're doing something wrong. They're probably not making enough money. They're probably not articulating themselves. They're probably not smart enough. It's been hammered into our minds that we are the reasons why women don't find us attractive. While there may be some truth to that, because let's face it, we all got things we need to work on about ourselves, I think we need to understand one important thing is that at the end of the day, it's the woman who decides who she wants and what she wants. Who knows? Maybe you're not her type. Maybe y'all not compatible, yada, yada, yada. It could be a variety of reasons besides maybe the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. All these things are things you need to work on as a man, but they're not going to be the end all be all to you attracting a quality woman. Again, these are not the end all be all to attracting good women. That's why I don't buy into that shit that, oh, women will just come. Women don't just come. And if they are coming, they're doing it for all the wrong reasons. Remember, you got the gold diggers out there that want to go for a high value man because of his wealth and status and how it's going to elevate her to new heights. That shit happens a lot too, you know. So you can't just put it all on what you need to do. There's more to this. Maybe the woman is just not interested. Maybe you're just not compatible, like I said earlier. It could be a variety of things as to why she's not coming to you. But let's hear what this man has to say. Fair use.
Wrong. It's all off. The context is completely fucked up. Guys, I get it. I've been there. Believe me, I've been there. But you only become lethal as a man when you fully cut that umbilical cord. I love this attachment to mother. And by mother, I mean your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend. The amount of DMs I get every day.
Not your biological mother, mind you.
About my ex or this or David, what do you think about women? I saw this guy, I don't know his name, he collabs with Andrew Tate a lot, and it was kind of like me. This guy was asking him questions and he was like, yo man, my girl did this, and he was like, bro, what's up with all these girl questions? This is like the 15th one. And he's like, this is why you guys are unsuccessful. And that's fact. Guys, and I understand how rare this is, we need to cut this umbilical cord. That is the only way I can put this. And the only way to do that is to go on monk mode, full semen retention. Now, back when I was a weaker version of myself, a year ago, 6 months ago, you know, I wouldn't have said this. I didn't really understand this. I was still, yes, self-developed, was not crazy, but I was still attached to the matrix, to mother. I was in a relationship for 5 years, and obviously you're supposed to be attached when you're in a relationship. But I damn well know I never felt this level of independence and indifference than ever before. And I need to make this so clear, man. You know, when I say this, or you hear a lot of feminists say this, right? I don't need no man. I'm independent. I do it all myself. That is not why we as men do this. No. You see, here's the catch-22. Here's where it's beautiful. How am I feeling? As a man, you build yourself up with God, your righteousness, your mission, your base, your purity to him, almost as if you're offering up penance, right? And through that, he bestows gifts upon you, feeling okay by yourself.
Yep.
And I truly mean it, guys. Maybe that means, you know what, your new girlfriend is playing a little bit of PS4. I'm very open with you guys. In fact, I just beat Sekiro today. Sekiro, the Soulsborne games. I beat Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro. Now I'm either going to get Dark Souls 1 remastered or play Nioh 1 and 2, which are kind of like Soulsborne games. That's been my girlfriend. And now I'm not saying get addicted to that by any means, but guys, where I'm going with this is you do not need women. You need to cut this cord and fill this gap. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, David, I have, trust me. Guys, I'm sorry, but 98% of guys have not. It's all a front. It's all a facade. And I say that because A, I did it myself, and B, I coach you guys. I coach men far along their self-development journeys who put on this facade. My last workshop was a perfect example. We're in the Facebook group, you know, or in the Zoom calls. They're all kind of like tough and, you know, I don't have girl problems. I'm good. And then a week later, they break down in the Facebook group. They're like, bro, she left me. I don't know what to do. And it's like, yeah, you were still attached. Like, guys, I mean, there has to be pure indifference. You know, I got a question today on my Instagram story of David, you know, when's the next relationship you're going to get into, or, you know, when is it?
Well, that's a good point. You have to detach yourself from this need to have a woman in your life. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a desire to be with a woman. I think what he's trying to say is detach yourself from this desperate need to have a woman in your life just so you can feel complete, just so you can feel love, just so you can get your rocks off and bust a nut. That's basically what the man is trying to say. He's not saying just give up on women altogether. He's saying detach from needing them more so than they'll need you. Because let's be honest here, a lot of you ladies do not respect men who feel like they need you more than you'll ever need them. And I understand that. If I need you more than you'll need me, you're not going to see me as being much of a challenge. You're going to feel like I can walk away from this man anytime I get ready to. He's going to be all depressed and mad, and I'm going to be living my best life. But when you get a man that doesn't need you, but still honors your presence, respects you, and honors your presence, that's more of a challenge. Just the novelty of knowing that the man could just walk away anytime without being affected by your absence in his life is more gravitating to women. And they feel like he's more of a challenge. That's going to make her want to work hard to get you. Now, will it be work for every single woman? No, but then again, nothing is going to work on everybody because everybody is different. We're all not the same here. Some women going to like you, some women are not going to like you. Best to get that in your head right here and now. Every woman is not going to feel the same for you. So yeah, detach from that neediness to have a woman. But let's continue. Fair use.
And I was like, dude, I have no clue. It's whenever God wants, and I don't care. Guys, I really mean this. You have to be at a point, and this takes a while. I'm not saying I'm any better than any of you guys by any means. By any means, man. I was there not too long ago, and that's why I'm making this video, because I was just there. But being on monk mode and fully severing the cord to women, dude, I have never felt like this my entire life, and I truly believe this is what our government and society is trying to keep you stuck to. This loop. This is the Matrix.
That's a good point. Because when I was younger and I successfully detached myself from needing relationships with women or just needing women in my life just to feel good about myself, life became a whole lot easier. College became a whole lot easier as far as the overall experience because, believe it or not, I got way more attention from women not wanting a relationship than I did when I did want a relationship. If I just want to have fun and see where it goes, I got way more attention with that mentality than I did this. I want to be in a relationship. I like you, Michelle. I want to find a girl like you that's going to love me for me and be there for me, yada, yada, yada. I got way more attention. You know, I didn't get a lot of attention thinking like that. I got way more attention being detached from them. Yes, I'm lusting after you. I like you, but I don't need you. So you cut me off, whatever. Fuck you. I'm moving on to someone else. That's all there is to it. And some females don't even like that shit, honestly. But let's continue. Fair use.
It's not some, government controlling all of us, A, B, C, D. And look, maybe it is. Maybe that's further down the rabbit hole. But I think it starts, the first matrix, which literally refers to matriarchy, mother, mama, right? Women, to just that. The first matrix. Before you guys fight anything else or try to go deeper down the rabbit hole, you first need to cut yourself and unplug from the matrix of women. That means you're not concerned with watching all these red-pilled YouTubers of pickup and this and female nature. They look, I'm not saying it's bad. It's good to be informed. But again, so many of you guys are still consuming this content with the wrong intentions, with this need. I need to know how.
And that's why a lot of men detach from the red pill stuff because, yes, it's factual, but they overdose on this shit thinking that all women are bad, all women should be avoided, or they should be pumped and dumped. Not the kind of mindset you want to have when trying to get into a healthy relationship. Just saying. Fair use.
Women work so my next one will be better and they'll like me more. Man, I couldn't give a fuck if I'm a weird, ugly motherfucker. And you know what's funny, guys? This is how you know you've succeeded and you've.
I can't find myself being proud of being ugly and weird and all that kind of shit. Just saying.
Cut the matrix cord. You don't care. So many of these things you just don't care about. You don't care about dating. I don't care if I look the coolest so girls can approach me more. I don't care about anything. Man, you know what? This is really what's the deciding factor. Can you be single the rest of your life? And I know that's a scary thought. My camera's starting to blink. I know that is a scary thought. Right? And already that made a lot of you guys uncomfortable. No, there's no way. I would still say you're attached. I've literally contemplated, guys, I might be single for the next 2 years and I have no problem.
He says that with no shame. Impressive.
With that. I know this sounds so crazy to like explain this like I sound like a psychopath. Guys, I've been cured of this. I've literally been cut from the matrix. Now it took me 6 months of semen retention, full monk mode, and not just semen retention, but like not talking to women, not dating, like full dopamine detox. Now I'll still talk to women, of course, guys. I'll have conversations, but like I'm so crystal clear with my intents, man. And your brain, through neuroplasticity, eventually it adapts. It hits a point where it's like, well, I guess he's not talking to women anymore. I guess he just doesn't need them. And the reason, to now bring it all full circle, the reason we do this, again, is not to be MGTOW and never talk to women and live up in the hills. And
although, to be fair, MGTOW is not a bad route to go, depending on your situation. But I get what he's saying. Fair use.
Just, you know, be single and no. It has nothing to do with that. Again, I'm not a feminist. I'm not independent doing myself. No.
Fuck that.
We do this because the first step for any strong man is to first learn his ground and his base and be full and complete with himself and God alone. You cannot get into a relationship of any sort if you as a man don't have that. And 98% of men do not have this. I know it because I didn't have this. And I've been doing this for a very long time. And I've coached over 1,000 men. You all need to get on monk mode. And what do I mean by this? I'll make more videos than I've made videos. You need to get your priorities straight. You need to put God, so here's your God as women, you need to put actual God, mission, purpose above that. And I mean far, like I mean so far to the point where this you can't.
In other words, put God first. Makes sense.
Can't even see it. And that's not being mean. No. Once we have this and we've built this foundation, when God sees fit, I have no clue when, buddy, it could be 5 years. And you need to really sit with that. I don't know. It could be 6 months, a year, 2 years. I have no clue. When he sees fit, I believe your woman will be put into your life. Just like in the Bible, Adam and Eve. Once Adam was doing his work and God realized, you know what? He's been doing his work long enough. He seems kind of lonely. Now he's ready. He created him and Eve, a helpmate to help you facilitate that mission like we spoke of even further. That's it. So guys, that is it. My camera's blinking red. It's about to die. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know the lighting's changed. It feels a bit more intimate and moody now. So I hope you guys are just enjoying everything, the channel, the content. I really appreciate you guys, the likes, the comments. Even though it's not as much as other red-pilled YouTubers, I have confidence in knowing I'm giving you guys the real answers, and I take so much joy and pride in that. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up.
Oh, well, that's the video, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's the video. What y'all thought about what he had to say? Let me thoughts, comments, concern. Let me know in the comments section. Or if you have time on your hands, feel free to come up to the panel and talk to your boy. The choice is yours. Okay, I think I have one more to react to, but I'm having a hard time trying to find it. Okay, all right, damn. If I can't find it, then excuse me. Okay, I think I found another one. Okay, I found another one. But anyways, I'm open to hearing what the proud people in the audience think. Do y'all think that men need women? The link is right there. Anybody want to come and talk to your boy? Who needs who more? Men do men need women more? Do women need men more? Who do y'all think? What do y'all think? Because some people have this narrative that men need women more because without women, we can't have sex. Without women, we can't procreate. That may be all true, but hey, but the thing is that we don't need women for the same reasons that women need men. Again, y'all need us for manual labor and all the other extra shit, but we just need sexual gratification. And understand something. For as long as I can remember, men do not need to get married or be in a relationship just to even have sex with a woman. Thanks to sexual liberation, men and women have no longer been getting married They don't require marriage just to have sex with just to have sex with each other. They're willing to just give it to you, or at the very least give you some sexual gratification without even contemplating, are we in a committed relationship or not? So yeah, we don't need relationships just to be sexually intimate, but we do need your physical presence to give us that sexual gratification. That's something that we really, really need, or at the very least we want. But we don't need women for manual labor, financial stability, and all that kind of stuff. It's good that you can financially support a man, but in essence, we don't need women just for those things. We don't need women for those things. Women need us for manual labor and all that kind of shit. That's what they need them for. But I found another video. I'm not going to watch this whole entire video. Just maybe bits of it before I shut the stream down. Hold on. Okay, here it is. Shout out to Dating Podcast. Shout out to them. I'm not going to watch this whole video because it's like 40 minutes long. So I'm just going to react to little bits of it. But I want to hear what these people have to say. It says, modern women can never admit they need men.
Do we?
Let's hear it. Fair use.
Need men.
Yes.
Starting with you. Going around the table.
Do I need a man? No. Does the world need him? The world needs people.
Do you need a man? She said no. Well, I'm sorry, but I gotta call Cap. Double
C-A-P. Cap.
Let's continue.
The mic.
Humans, people in general. Do I personally need a man? No. Does the world need women, men alike? Yeah.
So you don't need a man romantically, but you need men in other ways.
Me? No. Me personally, are you asking me personally? Do I feel like I need a man at any point in my life?
Not romantically, but do you need men?
Me? No.
But if the world and society needs men, don't you two need men?
Yeah, ain't you part of that society of people who need a man? That's basically what he's asking. Come on, answer the question.
As you are
I am completely okay with going off grid, living on an island.
Okay.
In peace.
How would you get to the island?
Build a boat.
You would build the boat yourself.
And can you build that boat all by yourself? Can you build that fucking boat all by yourself? Or can you get one of your homegirls to build it with you? Which is it now? Let's continue.
Yeah.
Which island are you? There's the Channel Islands out here. You would go to those islands, or which island in particular?
Wherever my boat takes me.
Would you take an airplane to get to the island?
I mean, the airplane and the boat ain't gonna just be there sitting for you, waiting for you. Somebody gotta help you build it. Somebody gotta drive it or something, or pilot it or whatever the fuck. If it's an airplane. So come on, help us out here. Fair use.
Probably not, because I don't have a license to fly it.
Just a question. So you would
because you don't have a license to fly it.
Well, no fucking shit.
So you'd build a boat. You'd build a boat. Where would you get the materials to build the boat? Like Home Depot?
Chop down trees.
You would chop down trees.
Gonna chop down trees like a female lumberjack. Okay.
Why not?
With what tool?
Chainsaw queen.
You
can operate
or an axe.
Chainsaw. You can make.
You don't need muscles to operate
axe,
that shit. That is a
sit
muscle
there
for
and
you.
ride some stone down, sharpen it.
You would make the axe yourself?
I would do whatever.
Make the axe herself. She said she'll just make the axe herself.
What?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
You wouldn't just go buy it at Home Depot?
No.
So just to be clear, where would you get the metal from? Would you smelt the metal yourself too?
You don't necessarily need metal.
To make.
What the fuck are you talking about? You don't need metal to make an axe or something to cut down trees. Last I checked, wood cannot chop other wood. Metal can chop wood. So what the fuck are you talking about, lady?
Oh my God!
Okay, fair you.
Okay.
You killed him with the boat.
No. I'm talking.
Might not get very far because the wood will get.
I'm sorry. So is
but
metal not a component of an axe?
You don't necessarily need a metal axe.
But you said.
Oh, get the fuck out. You don't necessarily need a metal axe. Oh, come on now, Jesus.
Why? Why?
She said you don't need a metal axe. Well, a plastic axe ain't gonna help you. Axe that's also made out of wood is not gonna be effective against a wooden tree, a strong wooden tree. So what the fuck are you talking about, lady? God damn, fair use.
You would get an axe.
If I had to make one with the materials I had available to me.
You'd cut down the tree.
Would you rather I gnaw at it?
What do you mean? No. You just look. You're saying you don't need men, and you would just go live on an island by yourself. But how would you get there?
An island, a mountain, a cave. It doesn't. I'm not.
Are you
specific
insinuating
to
that
the
women
island.
can't arrive at an island without a man's help? Why can't we get to an island without you? I don't understand that.
Well, I mean, she's saying she would build a boat, so I'm exploring.
Build a boat.
Why can't a
Build
woman
a
build
hut.
Well, I'll take it. I'll actually take.
Unless you got the women helping you with that, no, you're gonna need you're gonna need somebody. You're gonna need men, because this is what we're built for. Men are needed for the manual labor, and that's what they need us for. Yep, as we established earlier. Yep.
Take it further. So I would postulate that absent men, and there was only women in society, society would be in free fall collapse within hours. Women do not and cannot. This is my claim, right? Even stronger than don't know how, but actually cannot maintain modern infrastructure. It's not even possible.
Why? I'm okay with living in a mud-built hut.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I don't even think that they could do that easily. It's because of the way that our bone structures are set, and then the way that we regulate our body temperature. So you would probably say, if you were to look at the scope of women who are in the workplace who make complaints a lot of times what they complain about is the temperature. And they say, well, in a gendered scope, this isn't really fair because we tend to wear dresses and men tend to, wear suits and this kind of thing, right? So we're always cold. And but the truth is that even if they were in the same attire that you were in, they could still regulate the temperature of their bodies better. Men are less prone to take damage just on the work site, right? Building things, crafting things are less likely to take damage because of their bone density. I do not think that you could juxtapose or in some way take women and then have them take over men's jobs collectively, even if you gave them the same knowledge that those men had and that they could actually physically accomplish those.
Why can't I use my big, smart woman brain to build a robot to do the physical work for me that I can't do? That's what I'm saying. As long as I have the tools, my brain can figure out any puzzle. I just need
Use your brain to just build
access to the tools. I have woman brain to build a robot to do the physical work for me that I can't do. That's what I'm saying.
Well, who's going to build the robot for you? Who's going to help you build the goddamn robot? So the fact that you need to build a robot to do the manual labor for you proves that you can't do it on your own, or you're just too goddamn lazy to do it on your own. Whichever one it is, that's a matter of opinion. But let's continue. Fair use.
As long as I have the tools, my brain can figure out any puzzle. I just need access to the tools. You're right. I can't lift hundreds of pounds, but I can have a robot that can lift hundreds of pounds because I'm smart enough to figure it out.
It's just.
Wait, what?
It's just,
of all the lifting that occurs when it comes to like construction or infrastructure, what percentage of that is done by robots?
Well. So hang on.
I don't know. I don't build things. But if I chose to get interested, I'd learn.
Hang on a second. Let me get into this with you for just a second. You would agree that men right now don't like lifting heavy shit.
No, that's why we built. That's why wheels existed, because we learned that we can roll things on them. It's a tool.
Hang on.
Yeah, women don't like lifting heavy shit. That's why men are needed. Goddamn.
Aren't they building then big, massive robots to do all this heavy lifting for them for things like roofing and things?
Probably because it gives them job security.
They have cranes.
They would still have job security.
Would they have job security if women were building the robots and didn't need men?
It's a matter of possibility.
I mean, I haven't answered the question yet. I don't think that, I think the world needs men and women. Obviously, we can't reproduce without sperm. I want to have a baby and I need a sperm.
Yeah, she may be onto something with that, but nowadays I'm hearing about women going to sperm banks just to get their sperm so they can have a baby. So now they don't need us for that shit. Look at the brat, went to a sperm bank. Now she's raising a baby with another woman. I think they've been divorced or separated, whatever the fuck, but now sperm banks are causing men to become expendable. But nonetheless, she does make a good point there. Okay, let's continue. Fear you.
To do so. Like, I'm not saying that I want a world eradicated of men.
Okay, we're going to assume that you have enough sperm on ice to repopulate with women only for 200 years.
Then yeah, I don't think we need men.
Yeah, then it wouldn't be.
If sperm if sperm was off the table, I think that I respect the fact that a lot of women love men and want them in their life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I just have one last follow up on this, and then I'll let it go.
Yeah.
What is a solenoid?
I don't know.
Hang on. A
solenoid? I don't know.
Solenoid. What is a solenoid? What is a solenoid? What is a solenoid? Solenoid? What is a solenoid? Solenoid?
I've heard my boyfriend say this, but I don't know.
Okay. Inside of your car, there's a battery.
Uh-huh.
What voltage is it?
12.
What?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Educate me, please.
I don't know anyway.
Okay.
What a car battery looks like, but still.
I don't know. I wouldn't have known it.
So, last thing, right? Can you just tell me the steps of changing a tire?
Take off the lug nuts.
With?
Yeah, you take off the lug nuts. I forget what the tool is called, but you use that tool to insert inside the lug nuts and turn it around. Of course, you got those electrical versions that they make the job easy, but you want to do it manually. You got to put the it's like a big old screwdriver that you just put inside the lug nuts and turn it around. Get all 4 lug nuts out. But first, you must get the car jack to lift the car off the ground. That's the first thing you must do when changing a tire. I'm pretty sure all of y'all know that anybody change a flat tire before. You already know this shit, but they're gonna say it anyway. Get the jack, lift it off the ground, get the little, I forgot the tool's name, but you use that tool to take the lug nuts off so the tire can easily come off. That's how that works. And put the new tire on there, just put the lug nuts back on using that same tool. But let's continue. Fair use.
Torque wrench.
A torque wrench, okay.
Torque wrench.
Take the lug nuts off.
Mm-hmm.
Get the tire off.
Yeah, but you forgot the first step. Use the jack to lift the car off the ground first. You forgot that step, but okay.
Make sure your brake pads, everything is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Put the tire back on. Make sure you screw them all on.
What she said. I don't know. I haven't changed tire.
She forgot that you need to.
Forget what she forgot. Just tell me what it is.
Okay. So you have to raise the car up on whatever side the tire's on.
No fucking shit.
And then take the bolts off, take the tire off, put the new tire on, put the bolts back on, and then lower it down.
Damn, even she knew that. Come on now, that's another woman, and even she knows how to change a flat tire better than this woman right here in all white. This woman right here knows how to change a flat tire than this woman right here. Ain't that some shit? Maybe she's seen her husband or boyfriend or some man do it. I don't know. But even she knew that. Come on. Okay, yeah, you're supposed to use the jack first to lift it up. That's the first thing you must do. But fair use. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I could watch it on YouTube and learn in 5 minutes if I didn't.
I've done it.
So yeah, I believe you.
Well, that's a good point, too. You can just go to watch a YouTube tutorial and learn it for yourself. But let's continue. Fair use.
Trust you over. Yeah.
Hey, I've never pretended this whole time. I'd love for a guy to change my tire. In fact, I think they should know how.
Do you know how to change a tire?
I personally don't even have a car, so I wouldn't know. But
You don't have a car. Why?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll read the owner's manual and do what it tells me to do, like I did when I had to do it.
Now, this last question, completely non-gendered. So you can't use the gendered norm expectation for it. Very simple question. How would you go about sharpening a knife?
How would I go about sharpening a knife?
I've never had to sharpen a knife before, and I understand. They have these little, I think they're called wooden cutting boards or whatever they call it, they use to sharpen a knife with, or they got the little leather straps or whatever to sharpen a knife with. Never had to do it before, but I know they got tools for that kind of shit. Just saying, fair use.
You find it's a specific kind of stone that you can rub against the knife to sharpen it.
Okay.
I don't know the specific
How
stone.
would you go about sharpening a knife?
I would buy a knife sharpener.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's just like assuming we have no tools, or just like I have a knife.
How would you?
Yeah, different variety of knife sharpeners.
Go about sharpening a knife. Yeah.
I mean, you use like a whetstone, right?
And then what do you do with it?
Sharpen it with the grain.
Okay.
Yeah, either buy a knife sharpener or use a whetstone and
How would you sharpen a knife on a whetstone? Walk me through it.
like pretend that my fist is a stone and this is holding a knife. Keep doing that
At an angle.
At an angle, yeah. I don't know the actual terminology.
Do you
but
know what angle?
I can visually kind of figure out the angle
Not
through practice.
So if you
but
can
I don't know it
visually,
off the top of my
you can
head.
visually think of it. So if I asked you to visually think of a 90-degree angle, can you give me a 90-degree angle with your hand?
Yeah, 90-degree angles.
Okay, so then you can visualize the angle. So what angle would you sharpen a knife at?
Whatever angle showed me results. I'd keep trying until I figured it out.
Sharpen a knife.
Man, I'm going with the sharpener technology, dude. Why
Sharpen a knife.
Definitely use a sharpener.
How? How would you sharpen it on a sharpener, a whetstone?
Same as they said, at an angle.
What
See, test
angle?
it out. For the side, I'd use each side first and then like see which works. 45-degree angle.
Okay, and then did anybody miss a step with the whetstone? It's called a whetstone.
Getting it wet.
Okay, and just that's it. Those are the only questions that I had.
Okay. So I just want to hop in and say that look, I've said it from the beginning, I love men. Men and women are the yin and the yang.
Yeah, but she was going to get an axe and build a boat and go to an
I know
island.
she was having a castaway Tom
Right?
Hanks moment,
Yeah.
yes. But I think it's completely ignorant to act like without men, women would just completely fail as a society. So many successful men acknowledge women and men, we have different strengths. I bring women into my business for this. They think in a way I don't. I think in a way they don't. You know, I had Dave Portnoy on my show, funny enough, when he was you mentioned your boyfriend with the Me Too thing. At the height of his Me Too scandal, when he was getting hit pieces on him, the whole thing. And he's like, am I a misogynist? I brought in a female CEO. It was the best decision I ever made to run Barstool because she was the best at the job.
You mean a media company?
What is the difference? Like, he has more power than
I mean,
the
it
show.
has nothing to do with survival or infrastructure.
He's talking. It is infrastructure. He's talking about.
Barstool Sports is an infrastructure company.
He's talking. He said if men were eradicated, civilization run by women would decline.
I mean,
we're not
it's just
talking.
like-
We're not talking
Probably would.
procreation. We're talking how things are run.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying, are you?
What?
Are you
If
really
women
talking
can
about
keep
the
a home
physical-
running, they can't keep a community
You keep
running
a
in
home
some
running.
sense.
You keep a home running with electricity. No, I mean
Wait,
you shake
have-
your head, but do you keep a home running with electricity?
Not to.
Am I
If I-
modern
But
But
day
even
home
on
in-
an emotional level, like how many of you guys have experienced grandparents who have passed away when the grandmother passes away first and the men fall apart? They cannot survive. Like
That
men
has
need women.
nothing to do.
Yes,
so
it does.
If we're talking
Brian.
about
He
survival,
said it's
if-
survival. He's
No, hold
talking
on.
about okay.
Yes, the men would be sad if all the women disappeared.
I'm
It's
going
not
to
that
say
they would be sad. They
50%.
wouldn't even be.
I'm going
we
to
need-
say
If women disappear, who we gonna procreate with and have sexual interactions with? Just saying.
each other.
50%.
He's saying if women are if men were eradicated, the women would just totally their civilization would.
Yes,
just-
it would. It would crumble.
collapse, yeah.
It would crumble.
But the same is in reverse.
No,
Nope.
no. It would suck for men. Men would be very upset.
That's just
But because
dominate,
men occupy these positions of when it comes to critical infrastructure, yeah, it would be terrible for men too.
Women
There would be
engineers don't
problems.
exist?
Huh?
Women
almost
engineers
none.
and
Almost none in critical infrastructure jobs exist. Yeah.
So here,
Maybe that's because of
And
the way
look,
the patriarchy is created.
I feel like
Okay,
There's not- wait,
Hang
there's
on,
some-
I
Exactly.
see truth
We're
in what
fighting
you're
against
saying,
it.
in that women may be naturally inclined to be in other sectors of work than men, right? Whether it be science or tech or whatever, that may be more male, male dominant. But that's just idiotic to act like.
Saying
Huh?
that it's idiotic again.
But it is.
It
Come
doesn't.
on.
That's not an argument, though. An argument. So if you wanted to
You
argue
could also
this,
argue men are aggressive. They're naturally, fighters. You could also argue they take each other all the fuck out.
I don't think you could argue that because we could do it now, and women couldn't stop it.
Absolutely. Yes, men are aggressive by nature, and most women will not be able to stop that on their own. Just saying. Fair use.
I want to see a female roughneck.
I mean, so you wouldn't disagree, right? That if men collectively decided to take each other and women out, there's not anything women could do about that, right?
I disagree. I think women could stop that, yes.
Doing what? What could they do if men decided to do that? What
I
could
think
women do about it?
generally, you know, I talk about the gender differences, right? Men are physical. Women and men who are strong and confident men will admit women are
Private
verbal, we're manipulative, we're cunning in a different way mentally.
Yeah, but you're
where
changing
men
this
act.
scenario, so let me try
I'm
it
not
again.
changing the scenario.
If men
Women would use their mind.
collectively decided to
Women
do
would
this.
use their verbal ability, their manipulation, their whatever it is, to stop it.
And
It's
men,
not
let's say
hard,
men
dude.
ignored all that. What could women do about it?
But that's predicated on men would ignore all that.
That's right. It's a hypothetical, which is predicated upon the conditional that they decided to do X thing. What could women do about it?
Run away. Like that's pretty much it. I mean, we could think
You're
but
missing
we
my
could build
point.
together and then
Everyone
fight
has access
back.
to
Like I
weapons.
don't.
We could build a woman army. All we need is the technology. We don't need the bronze. We just need the tools, Queen. Like we could all join together
I think the bronze will come in handy at some point, don't you think?
and have our own guns, and I can protect my home and my family from anyone.
On the daily influenced by women and what women think, how
I
they
agree.
dress, how they act.
Sure.
So you're telling me if women are saying a certain thing, they're just going to be like, "Bye, bitch," and ignore them, except for maybe some of the.
Well, I don't know. Have you
Neanderthals
ever?
in your comments.
do you-
The
are-
dudes who watch my
do
show,
you-
by the
do
way,
you
are fucking
agree
awesome.
right this second that there is a huge swath of planet Earth where men not only dismiss what women say, but say, "Shut the fuck up and put on this hat, or else." Do you agree? Or
Not a lot of men do that. I mean, there are some men that do that, the controls freaks, the narcissists, the whatever the fuck. Yeah, there are some men that act like that. I'm not going to deny that. But come on, that's not the masses, okay? A good man does not do that kind of shit to his woman. Just saying. Fair use.
disagree with that?
Say that again.
That there's a large swath of this planet we currently live in and cultures where they go, "Shut the fuck up, I don't care about your opinion. Now put on this little hat or else."
Of course. And how is that working out for them? I
Fine.
talked about Iran. Is it fine?
Yeah, well
You think they? You
what
think
I'm asking you
you want to
is-
go to Iran? For
What
a
I'm
day? Like,
asking
think
you
that's fine?
isn't.
Come on.
What I'm asking you is, if men collectively, which they right this second do, not in hypothetical land, right this second they go, all of you are second-class citizens, like they do right now in large swaths of planet Earth. What can women do about that?
Get rid of as many of them as you can before they get
Let her answer.
you. Okay.
Shout out to D. Scott. Thank you for stopping
What
by.
can women do about that if men
Fight
collectively?
against it.
How?
Do you want us to say that we can't do anything and like want
Is that gonna make
No,
it
I
feel
wanted.
better?
I just.
No, I don't think that's not what I want anyway. I want women to admit that they need the assistance of women if they have any chance of prospering. I mean, women cannot do this shit alone. And there are some things as men we can't do alone. We need each other. Both need to work together as a goddamn unit and not try to outdo and compete with each other unless it's just a friendly competition. But don't let that shit get out of hand either. Just saying. But fair use.
Want an
They
argument?
can fight however the fuck, kick, scream, tear, whatever the fuck. Don't.
Well, I don't understand. Why are the women over there doing that then? Fight, kicking, and tearing.
We fight back and we get murdered.
Exactly. That's why you need a man's protection, a big, strong, good man's protection. Makes sense when you think about it, right?
Right. So,
he's saying.
because
But if
this
enough of us-
conceptualization that you have,
Unless you're Ronda Rousey or Layla Ali, yeah, you're going to get your ass handed to if another bigger, strong man attacks you. Just saying.
is on what's called force doctrine or force equalization. And there's no such thing. It's an illusion which is created in modernity. And women have forgotten force doctrine. I think they haven't. But most women have forgotten force doctrine and that men have a monopoly on force. And collectively, if men decide that women have no rights, they don't.
And you agree that's right.
I didn't say
It's just
I
true.
didn't
You're
say
supposed
it's
to be a
right. Hang
biblical
on, hang on.
guy.
When did I make the case it was right?
Whoever
When did I
decided
make
men-
the case it was right?
whoever
He never
decided that
said
men were
that.
superior to
Stop,
women.
stop.
He's
That
just
is-
saying
I
that we
need
would.
you-
It would.
I need
be
you to
happen.
engage with
and
what I'm
that's
saying.
terrifying, but it's true. He's right that it
Did
would.
I
happen.
say that it should be that way?
Yeah.
Why are you defending it?
Did I say it should be that way? Answer my question.
Yes, you believe in the patriarchy.
Did I
and you
say
es-
that
you
means that
essentially-
means that women have to be second class? Did I say any of that? No, you just made all of that up.
I
What I
didn't make it
said
up.
is this specifically. If men is, not ought, two different things, is true versus ought should. not saying should happen. I'm asking the question, is it true that if men collectively say tomorrow, women have no more rights, that they don't? Is it true or isn't it?
Unfortunately,
it's not true.
Okay, so then what could
That is
women
such
actually do
bullshit.
about it?
What I just said.
Then how come in the nations where that is descriptively true now, they don't and can't?
It's not
They're
that they
fearful.
can, it's they're
Exactly.
afraid to.
They absolutely could.
Afraid
They're
to
out there. They
why?
protest.
Because of what men could do to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of
Who, by
force,
the way, are the ones caught in brothels.
because
and doing
of
all kinds
force.
shit, but women have to be dressed.
But you're
head to
making my
toe,
point
okay?
because of force doctrine. So they're terrified.
I'm Persian Army. I know
They're
very well.
terrified due to force doctrine. They're terrified that men can use overwhelming force to hurt them if they don't comply. Right?
Absolutely.
I, again, have never pretended like men aren't bigger and stronger biologically.
But this is
than
my whole
women.
point.
Like,
is-
science
So
comes.
that I don't know what you're arguing, that if men collectively decided then that they did want to take all rights from women, that women really couldn't do much about that.
Well, why do you want us to
They can
admit
take
that?
those
so
rights
bad?
away, but
that's what
that's
I'm
not
wondering.
gonna
Because-
I'm not saying
prevent a
women go.
reaction.
Okay.
I'll explain.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think that the best state for a human being to be in is absent the state of delusion. Absent the state of delusion.
Yeah, please get rid of all the goddamn delusion.
And so when I hear people say things which clearly make no sense and are delusional, right? I will usually walk them through a thought exercise so that they can determine this core thing that I believe is built on a house of cards and is bullshit. This is how you change people's minds and how you change their worldview, by attacking the pillars in which their false beliefs are built. In this case, tons and tons of women in modernity do not want to acknowledge the difference in force doctrine, instead banking towards things that they don't even understand, like basic technology, solenoids, car volt battery. I mean, this is like really basic stuff. And most women in modernity don't know it because they don't have to know it. But even were we to take all of the collective information of men somehow and transfer it into the brains of women, now they know everything men know, right? To the letter, everything that men know. If men collectively, due to force doctrine, still decided that women would be second class to men, I still don't really know what women could do about that.
I kind of do, but I want you to talk.
I
Sorry.
just guess we won't know until if that were to potentially happen.
But it's happening now.
No, I know, but
Really?
I'm saying in America, if we're talking about America specifically.
Yeah, but I
like
mean,
if
okay.
this were, but I know that you're saying it's already happening.
It's already, well,
And I
it's
know-
the
Make an
case now.
army
And
fight. If
No,
you
I know, but
if
that's
it's
what we're saying. Is
sacrifice.
that's the only option
Mm-hmm.
is to fight back or die. So it's confusing. I'm just wondering what's your point, because
Fight back or
I
die, yeah.
agree with you that if men decided right now, then yeah, I would have no. Unless we all rose up, but even in that, we don't know.
Yeah.
But what's the point? Like, why do you want women to authenticate that or validate that?
Well, I want to make sure that we're not living in a state of delusion where what's going on is that men are being taken for granted because women are living under a false belief that they can do what men can do.
No,
This
they
is
can't.
just one
Not all the
example of
time.
many where it's very clear that they cannot. And it's also a great example of the benevolence of men towards women, considering that they can do this, acknowledged by you, but don't.
I will validate. I totally agree that there are things in society that men, and I said this again, traditional gender norms, there are things I love. There are things I love about newer standards, whatever it is, the fusion of both, great. That's why I love, like I said, if I'm walking down the street, I love when my boyfriend is chivalry, right? He's protecting me so car doesn't hit me. If someone breaks into my apartment, you bet your ass I'm going to want him there. Again, I'm
Oh, you're damn right. Because you know damn well your girlfriends ain't going to be there for you if some crazy motherfucker break into your goddamn house. Scott said that's basically what he's doing. All those feelings are no goddamn logic. All women could do is, excuse me, all women could do is enlist other men to fight for their rights. Ain't that some shit? Enlist other men to fight for their rights. Okay, let's continue. Fair use.
not going to pretend to fight off some bear, right? Whatever it is. But at the same time, my hope and what I advocate for is for men. You say I don't want them to feel taken advantage of or shit on, right? For lack of a better word. I agree. However, I I think that we really need to instill in men, and I feel like this is something everybody on this panel can and should agree on, to be good men, to be respectful, respect themselves, respect women, be strong and have dignity. Bill Maher just did a great segment on this.
Yeah, they do need to do that. Yes, men need to be respectful of women. They need to be men and women need to be respectful of each other. But my question is, are the men who do that, are they getting the women that they want and deserve? Or are they just getting the shit end of the stick? Which is it? We can talk about all day what men need to do, but we don't talk about enough about what women need to do. Now, do we? Just saying. Fair use.
More of my argument.
Bill Maher just did a great segment on this, right? Where he's more jokey, but he's like, dudes, like, get out of your mom's basement. It's like, stop jerking off.
So
like,
this
put,
is,
you know,
I don't care
ask
what
a woman out.
I don't care what dumb liberal Bill Maher said, but I'm going to go right
get what
against
I'm
your
saying,
argument because you got to the core of it. Now we're right at the core of the issue, right? My argument is saying men are already good and they're already benevolent.
How do you explain the comments?
Stop. Let me finish my argument, then respond. I just let you give yours.
That's fair.
My
Yeah. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. Jesus Christ.
argument is they're already good and they're already benevolent because they already can do this and they don't. They don't do it and they can, but they don't.
So why don't they?
They
Because it
don't-
seems like we are on the same page.
They don't do it for a specific reason. And this is because men value ontologically human life, male and female. They value both sets of it. They also value the feelings of children. They value the feelings of women. They value the feelings of other men. They're not evil, in other words. They're not ontologically evil. And they don't believe women are ontologically evil.
Right.
That's why they, generally speaking, even in these societies which you would consider megala oppressive, when you talk to a lot of the women who are in those societies, they don't think that they're oppressed.
Well, they're brainwashed, but that's a different story.
Well,
They're
but they would
indoctrinated.
argue the opposite.
I
They'd
know they
say,
would. I've
they'd
had
say, wait,
conversations with
you're
some. Yeah, I
fucking
know.
brainwashed,
Yeah.
right? This is
Yeah, of
great.
course.
I don't have to do shit.
Yep.
I'm treated like a princess.
Yeah, they exactly.
So
they
then
don't see it. Yeah.
the question becomes, if they're not doing this, right? If they're not doing this and they're not oppressing you and they're not, but they could, doesn't that already lead you to believe that there's a benevolence in the patriarchy? Because if the roles were reversed, right? I'm not confident that women wouldn't say, we make the better choices, so you're all fucking second-class citizens. I'm not confident of that at all.
But we're
But there are some men out there that are just total knuckleheads and don't need to be in leadership positions. We can already admit to that shit. But yeah, that doesn't mean that they're completely useless. We are looking at the men of logic, the men of common sense, the men of decency, and the men who value their women the same way their women value them. Yeah.
generalizing here, right? Like there are
Yes.
good women, bad women, good
Okay.
men, bad men, and I think, you know,
I could have told you that. Shit.
Well, no fucking shit.
while I empathize with men, like I've said on this panel, like men have gotten shit on, so it's no wonder they're like, well, what the fuck? Like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? At the same time, it is like, dudes, like, well, don't buy into that. Step up and be a guy. Like,
They already
and at the end of the
stepped
day. A lot of men aren't
such a
dating,
different
having sex, going to college, being in the workforce.
Yeah, they don't want to be fucking degenerates. I know, it's terrible.
You don't want to improve themselves. How bad? Ooh, boy.
Those
I do
bastards.
wanna- I will do one thing. We'll go
Military
back
as
to the
well,
whole like what if all men disappeared thing.
Mhm.
Nick, pull up a video real quick. Then somebody sent me in something that I want to read, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Go ahead.
What the hell is that?
I'm pretty sure. Is it full screen?
That ain't
that's not
Spider-Man,
what
that's for sure.
Just can you bring it back to normal, please? Okay. Is there 1080p? Can you check if it's 1080? No, it's just right there.
Yeah, it's 7 twice the highest.
Okay, go ahead. So this is a man who is working on electrical lines. It might not even necessarily be electrical lines. It could be some sort of other utility lines.
High up in the air he is.
Women don't do these jobs.
No, they don't.
Women don't do these kind of jobs.
They can. They have 2 arms, 2 legs,
Well,
a brain.
Okay, well, how many women do you know gonna climb 25, 30 feet, however the fucking high that shit is, and try to fix a goddamn cable plug, or a cable wire? Can y'all name any females that are confident enough to do what this man is doing? I mean, seriously, y'all afraid to climb to the roof of y'all house and fix the damn satellites. How much you think that a woman can do that kind of shit. Maybe she could. I'm not saying she can't. I'm just saying most women are not willing off rip to do that kind of shit. This is something made for men. For men. But let's continue.
Possible, but they choose not to do it. So the current, like this kind of job, we can look at other sort of utility jobs, other sort of infrastructure jobs.
They don't, but if we had to.
I was just
But here's the thing.
If a woman
Right. If you guys had years, and Andrew actually even disagrees with this, but I'll just grant, even if you had years and years to, put enough women into these positions, you could learn how to do it, etc. But the thing is, if in a scenario where snap, it wasn't expected, all men disappeared, yes,
Oh my
in
God, we
that
don't
scenario,
have power. Is that really the worst?
oh my God, we don't have power. This is the degree. Do you realize how important electricity is?
Yes, it's not
Do
like
you-
people didn't live before
Right,
electricity.
but
Was
people
it
were
harder?
adapted.
Yeah.
People were adapted and acclimated to living without electricity. Do you think people
And
with
that's what they have to overcome.
their pampered asses and modern comforts and conveniences will be able to adapt? But that's just one component of it. The electric grid goes out. That's probably one of the most massive things. But somebody actually, a viewer sent me this. It is a bit long-winded, but I'll just read it. I'm hoping you guys can pay attention to it. He actually describes a scenario, day 1, day 2, day 3, and I believe it ends there. It is a bit lengthy. I'm going to read it. So at midnight, UTC, all men in the world disappear. Now, the absolute certainty that they're just gone, or actually, hold on. Yes, all men in the world disappear. A certain sense of celebration breaks out in Western cities as women celebrate the world without men.
Wow.
Bras are thrown to the sky in liberation, hair is let down, but it doesn't last long. Within about half a day, the power grid fails from lack of proper operation. 94% of operators are men. Thermal plants shut down without being fueled.
And because it's mostly men running these facilities and doing these jobs, all that shit will shut down. Yeah.
Causing cascading blackouts as protection devices disconnect sections of the network. By night, there's no electricity unless you have your own generator. Day 2, come next dawn, everyone has realized that no one will be supplying shops. 84% of truck drivers are men. Panic looting begins. With next to no law enforcement, 83% of police officers are men, there isn't even an attempt to impose order. And much violence takes place at this stage as women fight over vital goods. By that night, backup systems have failed and all utilities shut down completely. No water, no electricity, no gas, no telecommunications. Women will resort.
I got a phone call. Hold on.
To lighting candles and building makeshift open pit fires for heating and cooking, leading inevitably to building blazes, which in the absence of almost all firefighters, 89% of which are men, they spread much further than they otherwise would. Day 3, the sun rises on an apocalyptic scenario.
Apocalyptic, yeah.
Fires that had started the previous evening are still raging across cities worldwide. The stink of smoke is compounded by rotting garbage and human waste, which, in the absence of water pressure, has been often just dumped outside of buildings. Millions of women by this point have already died. At this point, the entity that had begun the experiment, oh, hold on, there's more, hold on. No, that's pretty much it.
So is everyone
That's
just
it.
assuming that there is no, once all these men are gone, right, electrical grid, blah, 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 there's no one woman in the world where if all these women came together, there isn't one woman who may know how to work the fucking electrical grid, or there's one woman who could build a weapon.
There are women.
There's going to be hundreds of them.
And they all gonna have to learn at some point. Remember, there are no men around, so they got to learn this shit.
Okay.
But there's
And they can teach them
But we need you.
But since these things are male dominated, no men around to do them, now women have to step up. But the question is, can they take on these little risky ass jobs that men have prided themselves on doing? Who knows?
But I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you I'm going to give you a visual representation
men because they know
utilizing these two pieces of popcorn. So, let us assume for a second that the amount of women who would be available to run these jobs using this piece of popcorn. Okay, you ready? That's how many.
One's better than none.
Okay. Here's what it would look like with men who would be available. Okay? Now, do you see the distinction there? Do you see visually the distinction in how few you have versus how many are on the opposite side?
But you're...
I'm just talking about physically capable.
No, that's fine. But you're arguing that it's impossible for us to survive without men.
Yes.
But if that one person can teach everyone else...
Teach everybody else to do what? I'm talking
teach
about...
everybody else
no.
anything.
I'm sorry.
Do what they know.
Now,
like why?
So you understand?
Why are you basing this on? This whole thing seems arbitrary. Women can figure it out.
Just let me finish, and I'm going to explain it. You have to stop talking, though.
Brain the size of
So this right here, right, this representation, this is representing women who are physically capable of doing that job. That doesn't represent knowledge. That represents physical capability.
Yeah, and that's something else you got to think about. Are these women physically able to do these jobs? Yeah, they may have the know-how and the brain power to figure out these kind of jobs, but do they have the physicality to do it? Some may, for the most part, no, they don't, because we all know the average female is not as strong as the average man. So we know that they don't have the physical capability to do these kind of jobs. And these guys said, electrical, blah, 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 this bitch dumb. Right. I mean, you can teach other women how to do these things, but then it's a matter of, are they physically able? Because like I said, I don't know about you, D. Scott, but I don't know too many females that are willing to climb a pole that's 20 feet high just to fix electrical cords, or do what that man was doing in the video in climbing that pole in cold ass 30-degree weather in ice and snow just to fix some electrical equipment. Not many women are willing to take up that kind of occupation off rip. So yeah, they may have they know how to do it, but the question is, are they physically able to do it? That's what he's basically saying. Fair use.
Meaning the potential that if you're trained by another woman who does know, that you would even physically be able to do the job. That's what that represents. Now, how can we demonstrate that?
Is it impossible, though?
Yes. It's actually impossible. Yes.
Now, she was teaching a bunch of strong, powerful men to do this. That would make better sense. She's a smart, intelligent woman, and she's educating these men on what to do, what not to do, and fixing electrical equipment or dealing with electrical equipment or whatever. Leave it to the men who have the physical capability to climb up there and the guts to climb up to these power lines or whatever to fix this shit. That would make better sense than to try to have another woman try to do it, because most women do not want to do that. Again, most females don't want to climb to the top of their rooftop to fix their satellite or clean out their storm drains. So what makes you think they're going to want to do this kind of job off rip? Just saying. Fair use.
It would be impossible for the current...
That's your opinion.
Nope. I can demonstrate it. I mean, I am. But here's why it would be impossible. If that is the representation, this tiny representation of women who would even be physically capable of doing a job like we just saw, okay, then even if you had a woman who knew how to do all those jobs, who taught all the women who wanted to do those jobs that job, there wouldn't be enough who were physically capable to keep the infrastructure going.
Absolutely. There would not be enough women with the physicality to keep that infrastructure going. Absolutely. Let's continue.
With men, that would not be a problem.
Well, with all that amount of men gone, it's less space you really need. So how much of it do you really need to keep going?
We're talking about a physical capability to do this job. Ain't got nothing to do with open spaces because there are men gone. Come on, woman. God damn. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Seriously, what the hell?
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
Do you think that if we cut the population of the United States in half to 150 million, that you still wouldn't need massive interstate infrastructure, the same that we have right now? Because we had 150 million people only about, I think, 60 years ago. So we've only gotten to 330 million due to mass migration to the tune of about 1 million a year.
Yeah, is there something you want to add?
Yeah. I live
Go
off
ahead.
the grid, right? I live off the grid, and I would be so screwed without my boyfriend. He hauls my water. I can't drive his diesel truck. I'd be screwed. I can't. And it's just on a small example of just my homestead.
Okay.
Okay. He knows how to do everything. Everything. He's taught me how to like set up my battery bank, but I couldn't do that without him. He has more information in his brain that he has come to learn because he was a mechanic, and that's just practical information
For
that
you.
no, not for me.
Okay.
For his livelihood.
No,
Makes sense to me.
I didn't
for me?
mean for you,
Okay.
but for you, you're learning from a man.
And to be fair, at least these ladies are getting up just to take a breather and coming back feeling refreshed, and to just be lashing out and getting all over emotional. So salute to them for that, at least.
You're choosing to learn from your boyfriend, and that's fine.
I'm lucky enough
But
that he's teaching me because he's
Okay,
patient with
but
my
to
dumb
think
ass.
that the rest of us are stupid or incapable
I never
enough
said I
to
think you
not
guys are
pick it
stupid.
up.
She never said that they were dumb or stupid. I mean, look at her boyfriend doing all this shit for her. Does not imply that she's dumb and can't do it on her own. She just has help. Now, if he's not around, she meant to do certain things on her own, maybe. But the fact that he's there, he's going to utilize his capability to do certain things for her. That's what she's saying. It ain't got shit to do with her being incompetent and too dumb to do it by herself. Just saying. Fair use.
Or
I
that
know I'm
we
stupid.
are so little that we, or minuscule in our values that we cannot live a day without a man.
Okay, now you're going too goddamn far, woman. You're going too goddamn far.
Does not compute. Does not compute. Does not compute.
Now she making it seem like that women are so dumb, so stupid, and some immiscule, as she put it, that they can't live without men. Nobody is implying that women are dumb. No one's implying that they're incompetent. We're just saying that they can't run a society by themselves without the assistance of men. Whatever knowledge they have will be useful, but they don't have the physicality to do all these hard labor and manual labor jobs. Jesus Christ. Men and women need each other. Bottom line, point blank and simple. This chick making it seem like women are at the bottom of the barrel. They can't live without men because women are so dumb. No, that's not what the fuck we're saying. Come on, now. You got a man by your side. Utilize his capabilities, just like he's going to utilize your capabilities. Plain and simple. Now let's continue. Fair use.
That's insane.
I don't think you could live a week without a man. Like all of the men in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. At least that tattoo woman is making some kind of sense.
That'd be really impressive if you guys lasted a week.
By the way,
I'm so
we
sorry
can,
It would be impressive, let alone a couple days.
we can just look.
Yes, but I personally don't need, like, I'm a lesbian. I don't want to.
Oh, she's a lesbian.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
She admitted she's a lesbian, so she's in a relationship with another woman or is attracted to other women. Okay, then let's hear what she has to say. Fair use.
No, I know you're not. And that's what I'm saying. I totally get that. Like, but I think in general, we do need each other. And that's the whole point, is that we do. And that's okay. But I don't think that we're going to die without them. But I do understand. That's, again, that's how I feel and would hope they would be. But I don't know how it would be in
Even if you do survive, it'll be a miserable living, possibly, yeah.
real life.
But
the point is, no, but I don't think we're useless, and that's the
didn't
thing.
say that either.
No,
Wait.
I don't think you're saying.
Again, he never said they were completely useless, just saying.
Both things are true. It's like you're acting like women are totally incapable, incompetent,
Hold
and
on.
our men
That's not what we're saying.
and our
Hold
men
on.
strong.
Didn't he just say women may have the brain power to teach certain things, but they don't have the physicality? Come on, what the fuck? Jesus.
Physically, of course.
Nick,
we hold
private
no
chat.
value
There's
without
three new ones.
figure
Pull them
shit
up.
out.
So just really quick, who here drives a car? Okay.
Yep.
Who here lives?
After this, I'll close it up.
In a building that has more than 2 floors.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Anybody ever been?
Floors, 3
Anybody
stories,
anybody
but not
ever been in like a tall apartment building or lived in a tall apartment building? Okay. So just a couple of examples here, really quick. A few videos, then I'm gonna move it on. Promise. Nick, pull up the first one.
A convenient lesbian.
These all drive cars which rely on oil. Mute it. Okay. I mean, so men are willing to take this job.
Holy shit.
Living on a
I wouldn't even take that goddamn job. Shit. No.
Oil platform so that you have oil so you can go drive to your porn shoot. Okay?
I'm sure there's some women who would love to go on that if they had the opportunity.
I'm calling cap triple cap this time.
C-A-P. Cap. C-A-P. Cap.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
That's cap.
Taylor knew that.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
Nah, What woman wants to take up that kind of job? I'm a whole man, and even I'm scared to take up that shit. And these guys said that Sea Ranger shit is for the birds. Even these guys called triple cap. These guys, you got something to say? Come on the panel, let's talk about this, buddy. And yeah, me and D Scott are men, and even we not taking up that kind of goddamn job. Just saying, but fair use.
They do. Weren't that men watching it already, by the way.
They do now, but here's the thing. Like I can, like my friend who's a car mechanic, for example, right?
Yeah.
So she did go to school to be a mechanic because she really is interested in cars. It just happens to be what she likes. First of all, we have to take in consideration that 50 years ago she couldn't have even done that. But second of all, now that she does have the opportunity, the whole time she was in school, she is a girl who's very feminine, so she has the nails and the hair. That's what she likes as well. So like immediately from the get-go, she was the only woman in her class, and the men talk shit on her the whole time to the point that she felt so uncomfortable going to class that she chose a different career.
Men also talk shit towards other men.
That is true.
Like that
come with the territory. You're gonna have men talking shit with each other. You want to be a part of that group. That's what's gonna happen. I mean, do y'all welcome us men into y'all all women groups without talking shit? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But to be fair, I don't think it's cool to make fun of a female who's trying to do something like as masculine as trying to be a mechanic. I don't think that's cool either. Would I poke fun at her? Maybe, but I'm not going to slander her and shame her for it. I'll be like, think you can do this job? Okay, sweetheart, prove it to me. I want to see what you're made of. Who knows? I might be turned on at the end of the day. Just saying. But okay, fair use.
That's how men communicate. I'm going to move it on. I'm sorry. You mentioned roughnecks. You mentioned roughnecks. Next one, Nick.
Okay, D. Scott said then she didn't deserve to be in that career field. Could be. You can't handle all the roughness that come with being a mechanic, then that ain't the field for you. Everything is not for everybody. So yeah, that's possible too. But again, I don't condone talking shit to people just to slander them. Just saying. Fair use.
Also comes to the oil that you guys need to run your cars.
Big, strong
what female wants to do this kind of job?
So can you?
I love men doing manly things.
Can you?
Well, at least she's honest about it.
10 seconds forward. There's like a little thing.
At it.
No. There's a thing you can just click. Next. Hold on.
Energy drilling. Okay.
I think it starts one more. So I don't know the man-woman breakdown when it comes to roughnecks who are, working on an oil derrick, whatever.
Zero.
It's mostly women. It's a dangerous job. They get tons of injuries.
They really do.
And it's extremely physically laborious. Last one.
That is physically demanding, I can tell you that.
Now, this is to those of you who've been in a tall building or have lived in a tall building. This is iron workers, which is like 99% men. Mute it.
Hopefully y'all not scared of heights taking up this kind of goddamn job. Shit.
All right.
But again, how women differ, like men being naturally inclined to do physical.
You wouldn't have 10%.
Right, but women aren't willing, like women don't do these jobs.
Also, I mean, with
the point he's making is that women naturally don't take up these jobs off rip. These are mostly male dominated jobs. Just saying.
Like those oil jobs specifically, I will say, like the dudes on those rigs get paid like really, really well.
Sure.
Like
and
they a lot of them, of course, they should. I agree. Like 100% agree. They should be paid like very well. It's a very difficult job.
Is that why the wage gap exists? Because of
no, I wasn't gonna say anything about the wage gap. I'm just saying like a lot. Like my one friend has a friend that works in like construction and all that stuff, and like he chooses the job he has. He hates it, honestly, but he makes a lot of money doing it, and that's why he keeps
and
it.
women tend to prioritize more of a work-life balance. And women, I actually think women are smart for this. You will, instead of going to fucking North Dakota with a population of 1,000 people and like in the super cold, working a physically laborious and dangerous job, women will prioritize their own well-being and work-life balance. Men are much more likely to relocate. They're much more likely, if they do relocate, much more likely to relocate to less desirable climates, less desirable geographies. And I mean, there's plenty of reasons here.
I mean, you look at it like a primal level, Brian, right? Like even little boys are drawn to like trucks and like action figures, whereas little girls, you know, dolls and whatever dress up, right? So again, I'm not negating that natural tendency, but at the same time, don't diminish what women can figure out and can do. Do you guys know who Riley Gaines?
We're not trying to diminish what they can and cannot do. I mean, seriously, none of you ladies even admitted that y'all will go up there and do those hard labor jobs. Seriously. So how is that diminishing them? And none of these ladies even, well, one woman did say that she probably could do that, but again, I call triple cap on that shit. Even D Scott called cap on that shit. So come on. We just keeping it real here. These are male dominated jobs that most women off rip don't want to take up. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm making.
She's an so I had her on my show. She's an NCAA champion. I don't know why this bugs Brian so much because I'm making a point, but she competed with a biological man.
So she swims.
That's right. At a highly competitive athlete. Just hang on. Just don't be a dick. Hang on.
What does this have to do with the job?
Because I'm talking about the physical, how demanding a physical task is, right? She's an athlete who trained her ass off, competed against a biological man because it's all trans, whatever, which is why
You just said, let me tell you about North Dakota. Go ahead, speak your piece, buddy. Either on the panel or in the chat, whatever you prefer.
don't
Big Sass
advocate for
Energy
that.
donated $200
And tight.
to the regarded feminist Queen Elizabeth was an auto mechanic.
Really?
The problem is, in the most egalitarian societies, women do not choose to do these jobs. It's biological, not societal. Woman would vanish.
This guy can't even spell woman right.
Yeah.
Did he spell woman incorrectly? Well, I guess he meant women, not woman, but women as in more than one. But okay,
you can't say woman right.
I just did woman.
Okay, so just look, I do have to move on, but you can. What's your Riley Gaines thing? What's the Riley Gaines thing?
So
I've yet to meet a female that would take up a job like that for real.
I was explaining it. Is a woman, highly competitive athlete, swimmer, right? Dedicated her life to it. Competed against a biological man, Leah Thomas, in the NCAA championship.
Okay.
And beat her, for all intents and purposes, by a fraction of a second. She's competing against a biological man who's, 6'3"?
There was a tennis match where that happened, too.
So the point is, women can step up to the task. I'm just saying, don't diminish what women are capable
you have
of.
a professional soccer team that got beat by a bunch of high schoolers.
Every woman is athletically gifted.
Exactly, D. Scott. Exceptions don't change the rules. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you're acting like all women are dandelion fucking.
Wait. Okay, fine. I'll engage with the Riley Gaines thing. If Riley Gaines was swimming in the open division, which is the men's division, do you think she would have beat any of them?
I think she would give a lot of them a run for their money.
No.
The point is, she competed with a biological man.
Who was on?
He was one of the worst male. Sorry,
that's true. Leah Thomas.
Yeah.
This is why I don't. This is why I want biological men out of women's sport.
It's terrible.
You're talking about how demanding something.
Why would men take part in women's sports in the first place? Yeah.
Something is physically. You're showing all these men doing drills and shit, and I'm actually acknowledging your point of how men are naturally inclined. Like I said, little boys with trucks are naturally inclined to these
Riley
types
Gaines
of things. And I said at the same time, exactly.
So
so I'm saying at the same time, don't diminish that all women aren't physically capable or ever.
Some
kind
women
of are. You're showing all of these things, and you're like, oh, women don't.
But I need you to understand.
As if we're all like school teachers and.
But I need you to understand what my.
Which is the whole reason. That's what the argument is.
Yeah, no, it's not what the argument is.
Doesn't mean that they inherently can't. That's all I'm saying.
But let me explain where the straw man is. Where you're getting the argument that at least I'm making incorrect. I'm not diminishing that there's not some women who can do all of these jobs, all of them, who are more talented than many of the men who are in the field. Not diminishing that at all. I'm talking about a pool potential. So here's what this means. It means you and I agree that men are stronger than women, right? On average. Okay,
Yes.
so that means that weaker men than strong men, weaker women than strong women. If we took the pool potential, weaker men are still going to be stronger than weaker women, right? Weak men still stronger than weak women, right? Yes? So if that is true, yes, it has to be true.
I've seen some scrawny ass men.
It has
I
to
don't
be
know.
true. If the scale is men on average are stronger than women, then if you have weaker men, then on average, they should scalably be stronger than weaker women. So if that is true, then what we have is we have a small pool, a smaller pool of women who would be actually physically able to do these jobs versus the pool of men. That's why it collapses. Not because I'm making fun of your capabilities and woman can't think and blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you specifically.
You kind of are. And that's just
I'm telling you specifically, my logical argument is just simply that if the pool is so small that you cannot field enough people with enough strength to do the jobs, they're not going to get done because they physically can't.
Okay, well, that's the video. That's the video. These guys say he can't hop on. He's got company. Hey, fair enough, my boy. Fair enough. Well, that was the video, ladies and gentlemen. Point is, women may have the know-how for doing these jobs, but let's be honest here. Most, if not all, don't have the physical capability of doing said jobs. And that's the point he was trying to hit home at. But these females going upside his head thinking he's trying to diminish women's character, which is not what he was trying to do, even if it did seem like that. No, he's just saying most of these jobs are male dominated, and they're male dominated for a reason, because most females don't want to take up such an occupation. Hell, there are even some men like myself who wouldn't take up those goddamn occupations. Shit. I already work a dangerous job as it is at the goddamn airport. That's a dangerous job in and of itself. That job has a mixture of men and women. Men and women rampages, but the job is made to where women and men can do it, but women alone can't do that job. All that heavy lifting and shit, that's going to take a toll on their body. That's why they need big, strong men like myself to help them. So it's not about diminishing your character. It's about acknowledging your limitations. Bottom line, that's the way I look at it. Acknowledging the woman's limitations and her need for a man to help her with certain things. Okay, I'm giving my final thoughts. Well, my final thoughts. Women and men need each other. It may not be for the same reasons, but at the end of the day, women and men need each other. Sure, women may need manual labor, shit like that, but hell, they need sexual gratification as much as we men do. They need to cuddle, talk to, and have an attractive man with a masculine presence. They need that from men. And what we men need is just peace of mind, maybe financial support, and sexual gratification. So the reasons may differ, but at the end of the day, women and men need each other. No one gender should need the other more so than the other. Just saying, we equally need each other, just for different reasons. Bottom line, point blank and simple. But anyways, that's the way that goes. All right, shout out to D. Scott for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by, my guy. Shout out to Scented Cole, unpredictable, always at her pentacle. Shout out to LA Project, never out of pocket, taking more shots than the Houston Rockets. Yeah, that's the way that goes. And Cynical One, if you're still back there, please drop LA Project's channel so people can like, comment, and subscribe to it. I don't know if you're still back there or not, but if you are, feel free to drop her channel. Thank you, my lady. Really appreciate it if you're still back there. But yeah, well, this is a long one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy, Hustler and Muscular, also known as H&M, dropping gems, stomping hard like a pair of Timbs. And you know what I do? Giving you the truth straight out the booth, hitting home runs like Babe Ruth. That's what I do. Take care, y'all. I'm out of here. Deuces.
This ain't Disney, this that crib dream. Witches fly where the shadows scream. Say goodbye to the light you found. You're now a ghost in Halloween Town. Welcome to Halloween Town, where the dead don't sleep. Witches in the shadows and the curses run deep. thrift shop, stitched in skin, put it on, took a hit, now the world's gone dim. Pumpkin glow through the mirror, then I slipped through the glass. Woke up face down in the graveyard of ash. Gargoyles perched on a bloodstained steeple. Benny driving by with a hearse full of people. Mayor got a grin, but his eyes ain't blinking. Offers me side, I know it's laced with something wicked. This ain't no kid flick, this is cursed dimension, where the spells hit harder than divine intervention. I see Marty on a throne made of bones and flame. So welcome home, Juggalo, now say your name. Welcome to Halloween Town, where the dead don't sleep. Witches in the shadows and the curses run deep. You can trick, you can treat, but you won't get out. Once you cross that line, there's no turning around. It's Halloween Town, where the monsters reign. Jack-o'-lantern grins hiding centuries of pain. So light that flame and spin that crown. You belong to the night in Halloween Town. Marty ain't sweet, she a death-born witch. Summoned up the ghosts of 1,000 snitched. Cromwell bloodline turned cold with rage, turned kids to wolves and lock souls in a cage. They say the town's alive, streets pulse and moan. Storefronts bleed and the clocks throw bones. I tried to run, but the sky went red. Heard my own name whispered by the living dead. Calabar's back is a cloud of smoke, whispering hexes while I nearly choked. But I spit one verse and broke that seal. Now the magic in my chest feel hella real. One by one they all fall down. A jester laughs in Halloween Town. Flesh turns wax and teeth turn black. If you hear that chant, you can't come back. The cauldron boiled, my fate was set, but I flipped the curse. Now they call me a threat. Tore down the manor with bars like fire. Now I wear that pumpkin crown, climbing higher. Skeletons dance when I snap my hands. I rewrote the script. Now I rule these lands, not trapped. I adapted, became the dark. Now the witches whisper when I walk through the park. Halloween ain't once a year, nah, it's a state. And I open the gate with a jug of fate. If you knock on the door, best come with sound, cause the party don't stop in Halloween Town. Welcome to Halloween Town.